Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation. And I want to address immediately the censors for the community guidelines at TikTok. We at the New Health Conversation have had 3 times last week you interrupted or stopped our live for 3 reasons that we want to clarify with you with a huge misunderstanding. Number one, you said we had unharmful substances might harm the people on the lives. Nothing could be farther from the truth because everything that we're sharing with the audience comes only from 10 published, peer-reviewed human trial studies published in the biggest medical journals in the world. The protocol we're talking about is called protein pacing. It is a registered trademark by the U.S. Patent Office. Obviously, the U.S. Patent Office is not going to grant a trademark, registered trademark to something that's unhealthy. So there's no substances involved. There are no products. This is based on food. Number two, you had said that we were in a position where we were talking about either dangerous diets or body disorientation or body images. Nothing, again, could be farther from the truth. Number one, this is not a diet. It is a detox. It has nothing to do with dieting, has nothing to do with counting calories. No one was even allowed to exercise. The weight loss happens to be a side benefit of detoxifying the body. The same thing with the body. All we're showing people is the effect of us drinking, breathing, eating chemicals. And as those enter our body, the body takes those chemicals and stuffs them inside our fat cells, and our fat cells expand. People have been told that, they gain weight and they've gained fat. That's a complete lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with the same number of fat cells, and they can expand and contract in your lifetime. Thank goodness on this, we have the medical proof that by detoxifying the body, you can shrink that. In addition, I discovered a medical syndrome that also is a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office called the TDOS syndrome. Toxicity driven by deficiency, overweight, and stress. So we're only dealing in medical terms. We're only dealing in real medical proof. There's no claims at all. Also, number three, you had said we were diverting people away from TikTok to buy products. We've never had products to sell. We don't sell products. We don't plan on selling products. The New Health Conversation is a movement, and it's a free medical website for everybody can go and see real medical proof about how they can lose weight by detoxification, completely not dieting, not counting calories, and no one was even allowed to exercise. So hopefully that will help to prevent any miscommunication or certainly any interruption in our service that we're providing to mankind, this free medical proof, okay? Well, hello Linda, Chandri, hello Philippe, hello RN, Obing Gali, Ben, S. Page, Charmaine, Minnie, Maine, lots of you coming on. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon on the New Health Conversation podcast. This is a free medical podcast. Let's get right to it. This is different than anything else. That's why we're saying stop scrolling. She safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days via all natural detox. She added 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years. And it's backed by 10 published peer-reviewed human trial medical studies that I have here. Also, you'll notice you'll get free coaching and a free evaluation. That's no joke. Okay, we all got coached. This is so important because of the fact we're now in a crisis, whether you know it or not, that 4 years from now, according to Johns Hopkins Medical School, 86% of you will be overweight, obese, and 50% pre-diabetic. That's the projection. We have 2.5 billion people worldwide overweight and 1 billion that are considered clinically obese. And yet, what do? We keep rolling out these diets. This is not a diet. Again, and it's the same woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. There's no way that we're photoshopping, but we have all kinds of other things that we'd like to show you. It's so dramatic that most of you would lose as much weight on this in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet out there. But the main thing I want to concentrate on today is to bring you up to speed. We are living in a toxic world, and whether you know it or not, you're toxic. I used to ask that question. Now I'm just going to tell you. This new medical syndrome, which is a registered trademark by the U.S. Patent Office called the TDOS syndrome. The T is for the toxins we're storing in our body. We'll get into that in a moment. Caused by the lack of enough nutrition in our food, even if it's organic, even if it's a whole food, overweight and stress. It was discovered by Peter Greenlaw. Who's Peter Greenlaw? That happens to me. So I'm not just some person up here talking. I've been a nutritional researcher for 23 years, and we have started the New Health Conversation 23 years ago. We've now helped over 800,000 people in 23 years. Maybe you should pay attention to what I'm going to share with you next. So anyway, do you all understand that what's happening to us is we're drinking and we're breathing, we're eating chemicals. And as those enter our body, some of them are poisons, like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants. And as they enter the body, the brain, to protect you, takes those chemicals and stuffs them inside what's called your visceral fat. Your visceral fat's the fat around your organs, and those fat cells expand. That's why you all complain about the bloating that you have, or maybe you call it your spare tire, whatever. But here's the biggest lie you're being told. If you're gaining weight, you're not gaining, you think you're gaining fat. Not true. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with the same number of fat cells, and your fat cells expand and contract. On this, through detoxification, you're able to shrink. And also, in her case, in all the cases of the people I'm going to show you, they all gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. No one was allowed to exercise as a result of what you're going to find out about these massive doses of nutrition. See, one of the biggest problems with diets is you're all counting calories, or most of you are, right? But the problem is the human body has no idea what a calorie is. So whether you're doing keto or paleo or this ridiculous time-restricted eating now, which is a total hoax where you fast for 16 hours and you eat for 8, here's Harvard Medical School saying time-restricted eating where you don't eat for 16 hours and eat for 8 is often touted as a superior approach to weight loss and health compared to simple calorie restriction. However, the growing body of scientific evidence from randomized trials and meta-analysis proves that any benefits from time-restricted eating are due to calorie deficit it creates rather than the timing itself. A lot of people are falling for that. It's nothing more than, again, another diet. And then we have Medicare. Well, we have, first of all, Harvard Medical School. Stop counting calories. They went on to say the idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong, says Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion. She said it's time to concentrate on what's in our food, not how much food we're consuming. That's what these researchers did. They have nothing to do with Harvard. Last but not least, Medicare. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The studies showed that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. So congratulations, you're on a diet and 2/3 you're going to gain weight. You're not just going to go back to where you started. You're going to be worse off than when you started. Going on diets is one of the most unhealthy things you could ever do. Maybe it's going to make some people mad. I hope the hell it does. All a diet is reducing the total quantity of food you're consuming. Your body doesn't know what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie. You've never been hungry for calories in your life. But when you lower the amount of food you're consuming, what else are you lowering? Nutrition. When your brain senses not enough nutrition, you know what it does? It turns your muscles into fuel, slowing down your metabolism. That's why you're going to gain all the weight back. But it also slows down your own immune system. So you're literally making yourselves unhealthy by going on any diet out there. Versus this, where we have, listen, this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It is absolutely safe, it's real, and it's based on food. There's no lotions, potions, pills, supplements, shots, nothing. These researchers spent 40 years, 100 studied thousands of people. They were paid to analyze diets. They never found one in 40 years that worked. I don't care what diet you're on now, even if you've lost weight initially. You're kidding yourself. You're just kidding yourselves on these diets. It's really a shame. Because I know the great majority of the people, they'll either go buy this website, or even if they watch, they'll go back to keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time-restricted eating, Cornish. None of them work. Why don't you, let me ask you this. How about if you could lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on? Now are you interested? And I'll prove it to you. If some of you want to tell me if you're male or female, your height and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight and keep it off forever. Now, it's not something just pulling out of the air. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. We know based on the data from 800,000 people on this protocol, which we didn't invent, it's not our protocol, that how much you could weight, how quickly. Most of you are going to lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. And you're going to be able to keep it off. You can't believe where you could be by Christmas or by the end of January. I mean, your lives are going to be completely different, but not if you stick to these normal diets. They just don't work long term. Study after study after study now is showing that. I mean, what are we doing? We're listening to, they're nice people, influencers, but how come they don't have one shred of medical evidence? What you're all falling for? You're falling for a myth. Counting calories, hell, you might as well be counting sheep. Your body has no idea what calories are. And you're doing nothing on a diet to remove chemicals from your body, nothing, zero. There's never been a drop a scintilla of a toxin ever reported leaving a body with a diet. All the diet's doing is showing you a number on the scale, and then the pounds you're losing are so unhealthy. Yeah, I get really emotional because this is for all of you. Okay, 61 years old, 245 too. C. Chandler. All right, so first of all, 5'2", 240, we'd want you to be at 5'2", about 110, that's 130 pounds. You're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. Thanksgiving, Christmas, you'll probably be around 210, believe it or not. By the end of January, you should be about close to 185. So 185 down to 110 is 75 pounds. Let me go over this, February, March, April. By April, you'll be 115. Just tell me, main squeeze, tell me how excited you'd be about that. And we're not making the numbers up. Look at her, but that's not even it. I'll show you some other pictures that what I'm showing you with her there, that's the least amount. Look at this young woman here. She only had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds in a month, everybody. 21 pounds in a month. And she only had 30 pounds to lose. So when I'm giving you these numbers, it's based on, it's not my program, Main Squeeze. It's a detox. I promise I'll explain to you in a couple minutes, all right? So Main Squeeze, I'm female, I'm 290, I'm 5'8". Oh, you're pretty tall. We'd want you to be about 140, that's 150 pounds. Main Squeeze, you're going to probably lose 10 to 12 pounds in 4 days. By Christmas, you could be 260. By the end of Thanksgiving, by the end of January, you're probably going to be close to 230. So 230 down to 140 is 90 pounds. I would say February, March, April, May. By May, you should easily be 140. So Main Squeeze, how excited would you be about that? And it's not a diet. It's a detox. I promise I'll go over it. But put in the comments, Main Squeeze, how excited would you be? And C. Chandler, I just gave you your numbers. What do you do to help people? Well, we coach you for free, first of all, because you've never done anything like this, and it's not a diet. We have, first of all, there's a free website for all of you. It's called The New. It's I'm typing it in the chat for you. Health Conversation. You all can go there. It's free to go there. And the only thing on that website is the medical proof, including an interview with not me, but the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the entire world. He and his team invented this, and they have no products. They don't have a company. And this is based on food. It's totally different than anything. It's not a diet. No way. As a matter of fact, have you ever heard of a diet where 5 days a week you're going to eat 4 times a day, and 2 days a week you're going to eat 8 times a day on this? What? Yes. We'll go over all that in a couple minutes. I want to just help some more people. So do you all see the new health conversation there? Can you all see that? Rose Julian, what do your people do to help? Rose, well, #1, okay, so here's Maria. I'm 192, I'm 5'8", you're tall. Okay, let's go with you again at 140, that's 52 pounds. Marie, get ready. First 4 days, you're gonna probably be down about 8 pounds. By Christmas, I would see you easily at about 165. By the end of January, you'll be 140. You're going to be 140 by the end of January. I'm just telling you, that's normal. Marie, put in the comments, what do you think about that? We're not making anything up, Maria. We're not. This is real. We've helped 800,000 people, and everything we're telling you, again, back to the sensors. This is proven medically to be safe and real. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, and you get coached for free, and all you're doing is buying food. You buy nothing from us. We don't have any products. Again, sensors. There's no products. You're going to get a grocery list. 30% of what you bought last month, you buy at your grocery store from a very specific list based on serving sizes. And they're going to be proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, vegetables, and salads, but only 30% of what you spend. The other 70%, all of you, please listen to me, doesn't come from any grocery store anywhere. It comes from these other researchers who've gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand for 20 years and brought back these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and smaller amounts of food, given the fact that they had done research on these people in these blue zones. Most of you have heard of those. That's where a lot of people live to be 100 years old. No one's overweight, no one gets sick. That's what this is based on. But you have to understand, it's not like, oh, here's the grocery list. No. It doesn't work like that. We all got coached. And the coaches are volunteering because they had such amazing results. They said, hey, we'd like to help somebody else. So, Marie, I know, Maria, it's awesome because it's real. We're not making things up. Okay, so Ron Tinge, I'm 5'3", 225. Okay, 5'3", 225, we'd want you to be about max 120, that's 105 pounds. Rose, you're gonna lose 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. By Christmas, I would see you probably right at about 200 pounds or maybe a little under. By the end of January, you should easily be 180. So 180 down to 120, that's 60 pounds. Easily by the end of March, you'll be 120. That's not even anything spectacular. Let me show you crazy. This is average what you're looking at. Now I'm going to show you exceptional. This young woman here, look at this, everybody. Julie, can everybody see that? 35 pounds in 37 days. And look at how much her body shrank. It's not body disorientation, body dysphoria. It's not body image. That's the result of detoxing her body. Her body is able to remove these chemicals from the body based on this protocol. It is your body detoxing you. There's no product that's ever going to detox you. It doesn't exist. Only thing that'll detox you is your own physical body. You all can go to that website. It's free to go. Let's look at the medical proof. Don't believe me? Go, lead. Why wouldn't you go there? And then if you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach. And I haven't even explained all of it to you. Then if we really want to see something crazy, this is a 65-year-old diabetic man. Look at this, everybody. 40 pounds and 52 inches in 30 days. But look at his blood work. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124. Unheard of, never seen before. And these researchers, they're the top weight loss researchers in the world for 40 years. They never saw anything like this. And they created this. They were shocked at these results. They were so shocked, they ran the numbers 3 different times. They couldn't believe their numbers. No one's ever seen anything. The main reason to do this is not to lose weight. That's like the booby prize. That's the throw-in. It's maximizing your health. Do you all think you should be storing poisons inside your fat cells? Because you are. Now, maybe you think that's okay. I don't want the idea of a herbicide. Listen, we've seen what's going on with Monsanto and Roundup for the last 10 years. You think that's the only pesticide we're exposed to or herbicide? Hell no. Come on, wake up, everybody. Wake up. This is going to make every diet obsolete, and it's not even a diet. Again, stop scrolling. She dropped 60 pounds in 90 days via an all-natural detox. With food, there's no products. There's no lotion, potion, pills. No. Come on, everybody. Don't you want to change your lives? Photo Man, what's the info? Photo Man, the info is that this is a detox, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Anybody else that would like to, if you'll put in your male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. But Ron Tinge, tell me, how excited are you about the numbers I just shared with you? Ron, Maria, everybody that I've shared, tell me what you think. Again, everybody, this is real. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days, and that's not the most anybody's losing. That's the average. This is average weight loss on this. It's not a diet, it's a detox. So, Photo Man, if you'll tell me, I assume you're a man, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll show you how fast you can lose weight on this and keep it off for the rest of your life. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. This is going to change everything. It'll make every diet obsolete. You all have that chance to hit the do-over button. Stop this nonsense. Counting calories is dead. It's over, not because I say so. When you've got study after study, here's another big study, why you shouldn't count calories. Our researchers found that the truth is that calorie counting is a terrible approach for weight loss. We analyzed, although counting calories and restricting calories help people lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep it off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people who try to count or restrict their calories gain back more weight than they lost. What are you doing? Oh, I hope this makes you really mad. Because whatever diet you're on now, you may have been successful. You lost 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. What are you going to do when you gain back 60 or 40 or 30? We're giving you medical proof. The New Health Conversation is a movement. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. 800,000. Do you think we know what we're doing? That's why I'm willing to give you, I'll tell you honestly, what can you expect to lose in a really short period, but then keep it off forever. Because the main thing to do here is to detoxify your body. It's not to lose weight. The weight loss is a throw-in. That's the least. It's not a diet, everybody. Do you all get this? So who else would like me to, or who else would like me to answer a question about any of this? I guess not. I get really frustrated because the New Health Conversation is a free medical website that we've made available for everybody around the world. And yet the majority of the people are going to count calories, and they're going to find out they're losing the most unhealthy way to lose weight there could possibly be is counting calories, because 25 to 40% of what you're losing on any diet is lean muscle mass. It's that simple. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Or any of you, whether it's Nina or any of you, if you'll tell me how tall you are, man or woman, how tall, and your current weight, will tell you how fast you can lose the weight. All right, well, let's talk about how does this work, okay? It's not a diet. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world, and they had done 40 years, 100 studies, thousands of people they were paid to analyze diets. They simply said, we can't do this anymore because there's no diet that's ever worked in 40 years. So they set out to do something different. And what they did different, they went and looked at these people in these blue zones where, people living to be 100 years old, no one's overweight, and no one hardly ever gets sick. And what they found, they were doing 3 things that they incorporated into this. This is called protein pacing, by the way. It's a registered trademark by the U.S. Patent Office. You all can Google it, right? But it was based on the simple concept that these people in these remote areas ate much less food by volume, but the foods they ate had huge amounts of nutrition. And then they did a detox every 2 or 3 months. So basically on this, they put together a food list. Only 30%, whatever you spent last month total at the grocery store, you're only going to spend 30% this month for proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. You're going to get a list that you take to your grocery store with the amounts. No calorie counting on this, none, 0. And then, so the other 70% comes from other researchers who for 20 years had gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition, which the researchers say now made the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. And that's the only thing your body cares about. It could give a damn about a calorie. It doesn't know what calories are. You've never counted a calorie. Your body has never counted a calorie in your life. You've never, ever been hungry for calories. It's all nonsense, okay? All right, so then what they did, they now had the foods, right? 30% from your grocery store. Take your budget. 30% of those dollars at the grocery store, 70% from these exotic foods from around the world. You buy nothing from us. We don't have any products to sell you, okay? But we're going to show you. We all got coached, and we're going to teach you what they did. So here's what they did. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. She started with this, what the research called the world's most perfect meals for breakfast, lunch from the grocery, dinner from the grocery store, and a 4th meal after dinner from the world's most perfect meals. 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these world's most perfect meal. But this time, like I was saying before, she ate 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. The diabetics on this, no one had insulin spikes. People who weighed 400 pounds weren't hungry. Because again, the only way you can be hungry is if you don't have enough nutrition. That's it. But their goal was, would this detox? Could they prove it? So what did they do? This protein pacing went under the most intense medical research that's ever been done in history for health, nutrition, and weight loss. And what they found was this. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved without a shadow of a doubt this was removing chemicals from the body, and the fat cells obviously were shrinking, as you can see there with her. And yes, it's the same woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine, so please don't go down that road. That's the wrong road to go down with me, okay? And so what else did they find? They found, for example, that hunger came down 60% on this in a month. The diabetics in this had to cut their insulin by 50%. And here was a huge one, never seen before. They were able to prove they lowered inflammation by 25% in a month. In case you don't know, inflammation is the underlying cause of every disease out there. And we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or preventing any medical diseases, but it's in the medical studies. If you go to the website, the medical studies are there for you to see. It's a free medical website. If you go to the website, we will not contact you. We don't do that. You get to choose. If you like what you see, you can scroll down, you get a free consultation and a free coach the whole time to get you to your goal. And they'll be your friends, they'll inspire you, they'll help you, and most importantly, they'll show you, you get a grocery list from them, take the grocery store, and they'll show you how to get these other exotic foods, not from them, but from other people. And then they'll also share with you, it's called the blueprint for success. And each one, this is what the researchers used on the patients in the studies. All these yellows are daily videos that the researchers created to give to the patients. You get to see, they're telling you it's safe, this is how it works, etc. And that really, now maintenance is really important. Maintenance is simple. You have I had this morning the world's most perfect meal for breakfast. I had lunch, I'm gonna have dinner in a couple hours, and then every 2 months I do another 48-hour detox. I don't know how I get through to all of you. You're all toxic whether you wanna believe it or not. All I can tell you is the U.S. Patent Office granted a registered trademark for this medical syndrome that everybody in the world has. Everybody. We're all storing chemicals in our body, driven by the fact that our regular, even if you do organic, even if you do whole foods, our food's are becoming more and more nutritionally insufficient, and certainly insufficient to power up the natural detox mechanism that we have in our bodies. Did you know every night before you go to sleep, as long as you didn't eat too late, your body will begin to detox? It's called autophagy, when your body gets rid of dead cells. But it's not powerful enough to pull these chemicals out of the fat cells. That took, what these researchers found was these huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food. And the reason, that's why you eat 8 times a day, 2 days a week, because you're getting really, really small amounts of food, but that food has huge amounts of nutrition, and the body then is all but, see, in order to detox, it's real simple. You've got to all but stop digestion, because digestion takes tremendous amounts of energy in your body, and that's why if you ate too late at night, you screw up the detox process in your body. And they proved it, but it's medically proven for all of you to see. It's medically proven. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you want, if you'll tell me if you're man, female, male, how tall, your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight on this. So who else would like to ask me a question? So Photo Man, that's the information. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions for me about this? Because see, the sad part is you're all going to go follow, or a lot of you will, these influences on here. Some of them MDs, PhDs, health coaches, all these titles, but now one shred of medical evidence. And sadly, every one of these major studies here proves that diets are done. Here's another one. The science behind why diets don't work. Our researchers found that despite all the ads that say otherwise, it's very rare for people to lose weight and keep it off. Not only that, 2/3 of people who diet regain more weight than they originally lost. A review of more than 30 long-term studies showed that going on a diet actually causes weight gain. The more diets someone has tried, the more they weigh. Many of you have already experienced that. This is insanity what we're doing. This is crazy. And I can tell by how few people. We don't care. We keep going. I do 4 or 5 podcasts a day. If I have 1 person or 500 people, I don't care. Because you're entitled to see this information. I mean, I can't believe that people won't even put in the chat. We're willing to show you how you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days on this as you will in 6 weeks of dieting. And yet you're holding on to these diets. Why? They don't work. Do you get it? They do not work, everybody. And they do nothing to remove chemicals from your body, unless you think that's a good idea to be storing poisons inside your body. Again, this was invented by the top weight loss nutrition researchers in the world. They're rated the top people. And they have no products, they don't have a company, they don't sell anything. I mean, what are some of your goals? What do you want for 2026? This isn't about my New Year's resolution, I'm going to lose weight, because I don't care what diet you go on, you'll lose weight initially and you're going to gain it all back. I mean, look, they're projecting now in 4 years that 86% of you will be overweight or obese and 50% will be pre-diabetic or diabetic in 4 years. Doesn't that scare you? Doesn't that concern you? Aren't you curious? Aren't you like at least bit curious? And here is a solution that's medically proven, everyone. Medically proven. My God, it's published in the Obesity Journal, in Frontiers in Physiology, in the Nutrients Journal, in the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is one of the top 5 medical journals in the entire world. This is going to change everything. Everything. And yet, the majority of you're still going to hold on to calories in, calories out, diet and exercise, 10,000 steps, make a list, drink more water, go to the gym. That's another thing. Exercise. Here's UCLA, a big study. Diet and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every dieting method, combining diet and exercise proves unsuccessful for sustaining meaningful long-term weight loss. So again, everybody, just go out into the world right now. Go look. Go to the malls. Go to Target or wherever you are in the world. Go. I mean, what are we doing? You're doing these things that are nuts. They're crazy. They're not going to work. We're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, not just in the United States, but around the world. We have 2.5 billion people overweight and 1 billion that are chronically obese, clinically obese. So again, if anybody, it's a lifestyle, not a quick fix. Yes, you got it, Marie. It's a lifestyle, not a quick fix. Well, it's quick in the sense that you're going to get your weight off, but the key to this is you can maintain it. Look, Marie, I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. She's kept it off for 9 years because in this case, what I'm showing you, these pictures, they're about nine years ago when they published all this information. And you look at this woman, see what's so amazing about this, everybody, look at her stomach on day 1, look at her stomach on day 30. That's not body imaging, that's the detox, that's the actual. But it's not just hypothetical. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis on her and everybody else and proved this protocol is assisting the body in removing the chemicals. That's what this is about. It's about detox, everyone, detox. So who else would like to ask a question? And then you can look at someone like Julie, everybody. Now, this is at the high end of 35 pounds in 37 days. It's like a pound a day. But the thing of her, again, look at how much her body reproportioned itself. She has no loose skin. That's not about body image. That's healthy. What we're showing you is healthy. And then you look at Curtis, 65-year-old man, 40 pounds in a month. Now, the inches, by the way, people are measuring. And the reason they have all these points on their body, the reason they're having them do that is that shows that you're removing the chemicals and the fat cells are shrinking. It's not just the waist, the abdomen. No, it's thighs, calves, arms, everywhere. This is all, none of these people were allowed to exercise. So again, who would like to ask me a question? Thank you, Marie. That's a good observation. So who else would like to ask me a question? And then we can look at a gentleman here, Ken. Look at this, everybody. Again, I want you to see the detox. Look, 34 pounds in 29 days. But look again, look at how much he shrank. That's the detox. You trying to tell me on any diet you could have that kind of a transformation in 29 days? I mean, it's just, and even Curtis, I didn't point that out to you. I should have. Let's go back to Curtis here for a moment. Look at Curtis's stomach on day 1, everybody, and look at 30 days later with no exercise. And he's 65 years old. That's health. That's nothing to do with body image. That is health. I mean, you all complain to us about how much bloating you have in your body. So who else would like to ask a question about this? Or simply, if you want to find out, if you tell me you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight and keep it off. And it's based on food. You can read it right there. She safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days via all-natural detox. I don't know what we need to say much more. And she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years. And it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. What more proof do you all need? What's holding you back? And you have a free website to go to, all of you. It's called The New Health Conversation. And you can go there. And if you go there, we will not contact you. And the only thing on that website is the medical proof for all of you to see. Do you all see it there, The New Health Conversation? I just turned, how's your program work? I'm 5'1", weigh 144. Okay, Mickey. It's not my program, first of all. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world, Mickey. It's a detox. Okay, so you're 5'1", 144. All right, we'd want you to be no more than about 105. That's 39 pounds. Get ready, though, Mickey. In the first 4 days on this, you're going to lose between 5 and 6 pounds. Christmas, you're going to probably be about 127, 128. You'll be at your goal. Let's see, I'll say you're 127. So you've still got 22 pounds to go. By middle of February or sooner, you will be 105, Mickey. That's not anything even exceptional. Let me show you someone who needed to lose. She had 30 pounds to lose. And you can see right there, she lost 21 pounds in 30 days. So we're not just pulling numbers out of the air. And Mickey, just so you understand, we have helped 800,000 people in 23 years. The New Health Conversation is a movement. There are no products to buy. There are no products here. You're going to buy food. You're going to get a food list, 30% of what you would buy, what you spent last month at your grocery store, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. But the other 70%, you can't buy at your grocery store. They come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. And so you're going to end up spending about what you spent total last month, but only 30% at your grocery store and 70% on these exotic foods around the world. And our coaches, we have nothing to sell you. We don't sell you anything, but we teach you how to do this because it's a detox. It is not a diet. But again, Mickey, how excited would you be about those numbers? How would you like to be 105 by, let's say, February? Tell me how much that would excite you. And you're not going to lose any lean muscle. As a matter of fact, they weren't allowed to exercise, and she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. But look at her stomach on day 1, Mickey. Look at her stomach on day 30. That was with no exercise allowed. They actually wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Yes, Mickey, I'm sure you would. So, Mickey, is it clear to you? You can go to the website. And you can even see it up there. See the little red heart, Mickey, up in the left, and it says The New Health Conversation. And then right above her picture in blue, The New Health Conversation. And I'm also putting it down here in the chat for you and for everybody else to see. The New Health Conversation. Hold on, I just posted it also down there, Mickey. So, Mickey, if you go to the website, here's the thing. We will not contact you. We don't do that. Because everything there is the medical proof for you to see. If you like what you see, you scroll down, you get a free consultation, and you get a free coach the whole time. There's no gimmicks, there's no tricks. The only thing you're buying, Mickey, not from us, is food. How does that sound? Give me a comment. Hi, Rachel. Rachel joined with two stars. So listen, everyone. I really, good, Mickey, terrific. Who else would like to have me give them a quick evaluation? If you're male, female, how tall you are and your current weight, and we'll give you a realistic estimate of how quickly you can lose the weight. You're not in experiments, everybody. We've helped 800,000 people. You think there's anybody else on social media that's helped 800,000 people? If you were lucky enough to stop, I'm not saying this to be egotistical, if you were lucky enough to stop scrolling and listen to this presentation, it could absolutely change your life as it's changed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people that we've worked with over 23 years, including my life. I lost 40 pounds, Mickey, in 7 weeks. 23 years ago, I've kept it off for 23 years. Again, I'd love for anybody else. Please tell me if you're male or female, how tall, your current weight, and I'll tell you how fast. You're following these people that have no medical proof. Do you understand that? None. They're nice MDs, PhDs, health coaches, whatever that even means, but they don't have any medical proof. Before and after means nothing unless it's published this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, all of you. That's why you should stop scrolling. It's not fake. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days and she's kept it off for 9 years. And she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle with no exercise. And you certainly can exercise if you want to. Your coaches will go over all that with you. I don't understand. I would think here's NV Moni, 225, 5 feet 5 inches. Okay. All right, so female, okay. So at 5'5", we'd want you to be no more than 120. That's 100 pounds. So NW, you're going to lose about 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. I would see you at Christmas about 20, 25, about 195 by Christmas. By the end of February, you're going to be probably 170-ish, and 170 to get you down to 120, that's 50 more pounds. Easily by mid-March, you should be about 120. NW, how excited would you be? Why aren't all of you asking me to tell you? We got the data, 800,000 people in 23 years. We know what's possible. You're all surrendering to these crazy diets where maybe you lose a pound a week. Am I right, NW? Or Mickey, or any of you? NW, what do you think about that? By let's say, early March, you're going to be like 120 pounds. Tell me what you think about that. Are you shocked, NW? Are you just shocked? Are all of you shocked? Come on, everybody. Let's rally. Let's help each other. We're here to help you. We don't have anything to sell you. There are no products. It's based on food. And this new way of eating that was developed by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world. They developed that, not us, and there's no products. Who else would like me to tell them? Again, If you'll tell me if you're male, female, how tall, and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight. NW, what do you think? Post it. I'm always excited for all of you. It's not something we're making up. That's real. That's really what's possible. Are you in North America? Are you in the United States? Because it's not available in Africa. If you're in Africa, I'm sorry, it won't work. Not that Ghanaian food is not good. I'm not saying it's not. But you have to understand that these other foods that come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand contain nutrients, with all due respect, that aren't available anywhere else in the world, not just in Ghana. So where are you located? Again, anybody else? Tracy teaches crypto basics. Nicole, Just Gen X, Gigi, Rose, all of you. Who else? Oh, okay. All right. Well, then you'll be able to get it. Oh, Nicole, I'm in the Cayman Islands. No, it's not available there, Nicole. The only way you could get it there is if you have a reshipper in Miami. I'm just being honest with you. I don't have anything to do with it because we don't sell you anything. It's only available in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and in the EU, any country in the EU. Anywhere else, it's not available in the Caribbean, South America. It's not available in Africa, not available in Southeast Asia. But we do have a lot of people in the Caribbean who have either relatives or they have a reshipper in Miami. So you can ship it to Miami and then they can reship it to you. I don't have any control over that. We don't have anything to do with that. We have nothing to sell you, number one. But we don't control, I mean, obviously the 30% of the food you could buy at your grocery store in the Caymans. I've been to the Caymans, beautiful place, by the way, wonderful. I love to scuba dive. But I don't know about that, Nicole, so that's just something to be aware of. But if you do have a source, also, Nicole, if you're interested in this, and you do fill out the form to get a free coach, put in your WhatsApp phone number, assuming you can reship it from like Miami or something. Does that make sense? So who else would like to ask me a question? Okay, Tracy teaches crypto basics, okay? So Tracy, it's not an eating plan. It's an eating pattern that's completely different. So let me go through it real quick with you. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition researchers in the world. They had done 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people paid to analyze diets, never found one where people lost weight and kept it off ever in 40 years. So what they did, they went and they knew about these people, the other researchers who'd gone and worked with these people in these blue zones where, people living to be 100 years old and no one gets sick and no one's overweight. And there were three things that they did that were unique in those areas. One, they had much smaller portions of food with really high levels of nutrition, and then they detoxed every 2 to 3 months. That's the basis behind this. So let me give you the simple version. The researchers then put together a food list that you'd take to your grocery store, but only 30% of whatever you spent last month, that's all you need to spend, and you're going to get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables based strictly on the serving size, not calories, nothing to do with calories, no calorie counting, okay? Now, what about the other 70%? The other 70% of what you'd spend literally comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, nothing you can buy in a grocery store. And some of those foods came from the blue zones as well. And they represent huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food. Because see, first and foremost, Tracy, this is a detox. Tracy, do you believe we're living in a toxic world? Do you believe you're toxic? Because the reality is we're all toxic. We're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating chemicals and poisons, things like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon. And as they're entering our body, our brain to protect us, Tracy, is taking the poison and stuffing it inside your visceral fat. And the bloating that everybody complains about is the reaction inside the fat cell. As you put the poison in there, the fat cell expands. Don't let anybody ever tell you burn fat on a diet or exercise. Total nonsense. You're born with a certain number of fat cells. You die with the same number of fat cells, but they can expand or contract. If you look at her and see how much she shrank, and some of the other people, it's a result of the detox. This is not a diet. So now these are the foods that you would consume and get. 30% from your grocery, 70% from these exotic locations. Then they invented a new way of eating. So 5 days a week, you'd eat 4 times a day, very specific amounts at very specific times. You'd have breakfast, only these exotic foods around the world, lunch from your grocery store list, dinner from your grocery store list, and believe it or not, a 4th meal after dinner. These world's, what they call the world's most perfect meals. To give you an idea, Tracy, these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand would represent 400 different nutrients. 400. So unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you need no supplements at all. Because the key to our life is not how much food is on our plate, but how much nutrition we can put in our body. Okay, so then 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. 2 days a week, here's the detox. She had no food from the grocery store at all. She only consumed these world's most perfect meals. But this time, she ate 8 times a day, Tracy. She was eating every hour and a half to 2 hours. Now, why is that critical? Because based on these foods, because they had such huge content in nutrition, they could give her very little amounts of food. But that's the key to detox it. Maybe you know this, but last night when we all went to sleep, as long as you didn't eat too late, your body shuts down digestion and automatically turns on a natural detox mechanism called autophagy. It happens every night. So when the body gets rid of the dead cells. But that's not powerful enough relying on like organic food or whole foods. It was allowing these other foods with these massive amounts of nutrition in small quantities when they were awake so they could all but suspend digestion, and that turned on the mechanism. And how do we know this? Because they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, Tracy, proving without a shadow of a doubt this is removing poisons from the body. But it's not just her. If we look at this young woman here, Kristen, she only had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21 pounds in a month. But look at her stomach on day 1. See, that's the bloating from the chemicals. And then look at day 30. No one was allowed to exercise. They actually wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. And then if we look at someone like Julie here, now this is the most we've seen. Look, 35 pounds in 37 days. She lost a pound a day. But again, Tracy, look at how much her body shrank. Most women on this, ladies, lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise. That's normal. That's not any big deal. And then this is really amazing. This is a 65-year-old man who's a diabetic. He lost 40 pounds. Again, look at the bulge in his stomach, and then look at it on day 30, but also look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124. This has never been seen before. And Tracy, the key to this is that in addition to finding that it was a detox, the diabetics on this cut their meds by 50%. People's blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all came down dramatically just in 30 days. We have people doing this with no thyroids. We have kids as young as 2. We have a lady 91 years old. Now they're doing different versions, of course. But that's why the coaching is so important, because we don't know anything about you, Tracy. And are you on any medication? I'm not saying you are. I'm just giving you the kind of questions we need. Are you on any medications? What have you tried before? Do you exercise? Even though they were not allowed to exercise, you can exercise. Although a lot of people that are exercising 5 days a week on this, you're going to get a better result, and you only need to exercise like 2 to 3 times a week. It's totally different than anything that anybody's ever done before. So anyway, Tracy, does that make sense? And Tracy, there's a free medical website for you to go to, Tracy. Here it is. It's called hold on, let me type it for you in the chat. It's right below your name, The New Health Conversation. And that website, Tracy, the only thing on there is the medical proof behind everything I'm saying. Now, Tracy, also, this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology. It's in Nutrients. It's in the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is considered one of the top 5 medical journals in the world. So this is not conjecture, speculation on my part. And I didn't invent it, and there's nothing to buy from us, and you get free coaching because you've never done anything like this before. In addition, the researchers who created this is what they gave their patients, called the Blueprint for Success. And each one of the yellows you can see there are daily videos from the researchers explaining to you this is safe and real. The researchers, they don't have any products. They don't have a company. They're scientists. They've been chasing the silver bullet for obesity for 40 years, and now they're credited with finding it. To give you an idea, Tracy, the enormity of this discovery, one of the big journals in the world called Obesity, you can imagine, it goes to all the bariatric surgeons, etc., right? This was published in 2024. It was the most downloaded nutrition, weight loss, health study in history. And the researcher who did it, He's now ranked as the #1. He was downloaded, he was cited. What they do when you're a researcher, you have other people citing your work. He was cited over 10,000 times on just this study. This is a huge deal, Tracy. It's not about losing weight, fitting in your skinny jeans. No, this is about changing your whole life, literally hitting the do-over button. Because we have people in here that want to gain weight. They want to gain weight. It's not a diet. It doesn't work like that. It's first and foremost a detox. Tracy, does that make sense to you? There's no pills, Julie. No, it's food. There's no, and they weren't allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. So when you look at her, read it right there. It says to you, she safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days, all natural detox, added 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years. It's totally different than anything you've ever seen before, Julie. It's not even in the same zip code. It's not a diet. And now, you certainly can work out if you want to, but for purposes of the studies, they wanted to prove that otherwise, if you would have said it was diet, oh, well, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. No one was allowed to exercise. But you can exercise if you want to. You get free coaching, Julie. It's not a pill. We have nothing to sell you. You're going to buy food, and you're going to learn a whole new way of eating that was developed by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. Julie, it's so dramatic. You'll lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. I'll prove it to you if you want to tell me, or Tracy, you too. If you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this and keep it off for the rest of your life. It's not some short-range deal. It's a lifestyle that's very sustainable. I lost 40 pounds, Julie, in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. She's kept it off for 9 years, along with the rest of the people that we've been showing here this afternoon. Wherever you are, it's morning in Australia, I know that. I'm 62, hormonal imbalance. Julie, this could really, really help you. So Tracy, do you understand where you can go? Oh, Darlie, okay, I'm 5'4", 165. So, Darlie, it's a detox, it's not a diet, but let me tell you how fast you can lose weight. 5'4", 165, we'd want you to be no more than 120, that's 45 pounds. Darlie, get ready. In the first 4 days, you'll probably be down 6 or 8 pounds. Christmas, I would see you easily 142 to 145, and by the end of January, you'll be 120. I'm not kidding you. That's normal. That's not any big deal. Tell me how excited, Darlie, you'd be about that. How excited would you be? Good. Now listen, Tracy, also, anybody that goes to the website, I want to also explain something to you. All the medical proof is there, Tracy. And if you scroll down, it'll say free consultation. It'll say 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that. The 30% of the food you're going to buy from the grocery store, they won't give you a refund. But these researchers who supply these foods to these other researchers, the first 30 days, if it doesn't work for you, Tracy, 100% money back guarantee on the 70% you'd spend. I know it's a little bit confusing, but it's only on the 70% because your grocery store, I don't know where you live, they're probably not going to give you a refund. You're buying a month's worth of food, but only 30% from your grocery store. The bulk of what you're going to spend is for these exotic foods around the world. 100%, no questions asked, money back guarantee. Tracy, show me anything on social media with that kind of a backup. It doesn't exist. Tracy, you mean the coaching wise? Because we all got coached for free. We all got coached. And we have a lot of people that have gone on it. And what they did, look, I started the New Health Conversation, Tracy, 23 years ago. We've helped 800,000 people. And we have tons of people that go on this and have a life-changing experience. They say, look, we want to help somebody else. Someone coach them. It's the true, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Pay It Forward. That's what this is about. If you saw that movie, I don't have to explain anything to you. Okay? That's what it is. And there's 10 published peer-reviewed studies, by the way. 10 of them. They're not all on the website, just the major ones, but there's 10 total that were published in the biggest people. This is gluten and wheat free, by the way, just to let you know. People with celiac thrive on this, Julie. That's not a problem. Does that make sense? Good. I see you got you. Thanks, Tracy. Yeah, Julie, if you'll tell me how tall you are, and my deal is I'm 52, black, female, 130 is healthy. But Darlie, how tall are you? Excuse me, how tall are you and what's your current weight? If you'll tell me, I'll tell you how quick you, thanks. We'll book, good, Tracy. Listen, Tracy, the consultation and the coaching, 100% free. Tracy, if you have any medical issues, I'm not saying you do, make sure you put that in the chart. And I'm assuming you're somewhere in North America, because we have people now that are on this podcast right now from all over the world. And we tell them they have to put in their WhatsApp phone number if they're outside of the continental United States. Well, not Canada or Mexico or Puerto Rico, but if they're in New Zealand, Australia, it's available, and everywhere in the EU. Right now, we've got people in New Zealand and Australia on here, and we've got people in London and Spain and all over the world. That's really cool. All right, so I'm ready. What's the next step? Okay, Darla, let me 5'4", 165. We would want you to be no more than 120. That's actually 45 pounds. So your ideal weight actually should be 120. Now we'll get you there. So here's, Darla, let me explain to you how rapid this is going to be. In the first 4 days, you should lose 6 or 8 pounds. Thanksgiving, I see you between 140 and 145. By the end of January, you're pretty much going to be at 120 or 125 by the end of January. Darley, tell me how excited you'd be about that, and you can maintain it for the rest of your life, and you're doing a detox, you're not on a diet, and you're eating 5 days a week, you're going to eat 4 times a day, and 2 days a week, you're going to eat 8 times a day. It's not a diet, nothing to do with dieting. Oh, good, you're in North America, Tracy, thanks. You go right here to this website where Tracy just went, the new health. Give me a yes if you can read that. I want to make sure you're clear on where to go. I haven't posted it yet. Give me a second. So it's called The New Health Conversation. That's the movement, and that's our website. You can see it right there in white. Do you see it right under your name, The New Health Conversation? If you go there, we will not contact you, anybody. We don't do that. We don't need to do it. That's the medical proof. You'll see the medical studies are there. There's an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world that'll change. Everybody that goes to that website, they come back and say, I'll never do a traditional diet again. When you listen to him, the #1 expert in the world, they've abandoned traditional diets. They'll never do a traditional diet again. Now it's not just because they created this, because they don't have any products. They don't have a company. So they have no self-interest other than getting credit for cracking the code on obesity. They're going to change the whole damn world. We got 2.5 billion people worldwide overweight and 1 billion clinically obese. And we got a projection, Johns Hopkins Medical School, in 4 years in the United States, 86% of you will be overweight, obese, and 50% pre-diabetic or diabetic in 4 years. Does that sound to you like diets are working, anybody? They're not. This works. This is real. Good, Tracy. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Hello, Lee's Life. So, Darley, does that make sense? And do you see, Darley, give me a yes if you see the New Health Conversation. That's where you go. Oh, Darley, yeah, watch it. Watch it. And then, Darley, and also Tracy, you have to scroll all the way down past everything, past the before and afters to get the consultation. So it's not right there near the top. Because we want you to be educated. We want you to have the opportunity, all of you, to see the medical proof first. Then decide if you want to do free consultation and free coaching. Because the consultation and the coaching is free. There's no charge. It's nonsense. We don't charge anything for that. We all got coached. I know it sounds too good to be true. It's better than that. So who else would like to ask me a question? Anybody? Hello, Vera Q. I know I missed some people. I'm sorry. I'm horrible at that because I'm so concentrating. Okay. Envied, Polly Primo, Grace. Listen, don't be shy, everybody. I'm a very nice person. I've been a nutritional researcher. Well, let me introduce myself. I don't want to impress. I'm not trying to impress you. I want to impress upon you. I've written 4 best-selling books with some of the biggest medical doctors in the world, 20 shows on public broadcasting, interviewed on the 4 biggest daytime shows in America, and over 1,500 live lectures around the world in hospitals and towns and universities. They even flew me to China, and I was a keynote at Autism One in Chicago, the largest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row. I'm not just some person up here talking, but here's the thing I want to tell you. I don't want you to, there's nothing that I'm saying that's not based by medical proof. I'm not giving you opinions. I don't do that. I don't need to do it. And we're the only protocol in all of social media, unless someone can show me. This protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Why wouldn't you go there and check it out? And we won't even contact you if you go to the website, everybody. Why wouldn't you do that? Who else would like to? So any of the rest of you, if you want, if you'll tell me, male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can do it. The New Health Conversation is a movement. It was started 23 years ago by one person. That person was me. And we've now helped, you ready for this, everybody? 800,000 people. So you're not an experiment. We'll tell you within a couple pounds about how quickly you can lose the weight based on data from 800,000 people. So we're not guessing, right? Time flies when you're having fun. I can't believe we're already in an hour. Whoops. I got to do something here. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to extend my time here. Sorry, everybody. Oh, this is harder than I thought. Hold on, everybody. Success. Woo. They have a warning when you get to an hour, you have to extend it, and they puzzle piece, whatever. But anyway, we're all good to go now. So who else of the new people that are coming on here would like to know how and again, I notice we only have 1,100 likes. If you like the content, tap on that screen. Come on. My record is, I think it's around 50,000 likes. But that was a 5-hour podcast. We've only been on for 1 hour, so that's not indicative of what can happen. But listen, all of you, why aren't you curious? I mean, and she's not the only one. You look at Kristen here. She had 30 pounds to lose, 21 pounds in a month. Do you get this? They're averaging at least 5 pounds a week. You all know you get excited about a pound a week. This is real, and they're losing no water weight, and they're gaining 6 to 9% lean muscle. And then you look at someone like Julie here. Look at that, everybody. And no, senses, it's not an extreme diet, it's a detox. The results of this are by detoxing, not by cutting calories or counting calories or exercise. None of them are even allowed to exercise. Look at how much she shrank, everybody. Look at that, right? And then we got a 65-year-old man here, Curtis. Look at that. That's 10 pounds a week at 65 years of age with no exercise. Look at his A1C. That's what matters about this. It's not a diet. It's about health. A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124 in 30 days. Ask a diabetic about those numbers. Unbelievable. It's not a weight loss program. That's the throw it. That's the booby prize. Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, all plummeted on this in just 30 days, not 30 weeks. You could have you could hit the do-over button, all of you. You could have a different life. It's so powerful. We have an expression, just give us 4 days. Why? Because normally on the 5th morning when you stand on the scale, you think your scale's broken. Because typically you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. Do you know on this they lost more weight in a month than people in these big studies lost in a year? Let me reference. This is the Journal of the American Medical Association, a 12-month study. The study was comparison of weight loss among named diet programs in overweight and obese adults. They looked at 48 randomized trials, 7,286 people. And they named all the major diets: keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time restricted eating, fasting, the Cornish diet, zone diet, lose weight for your blood type, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, Noom, name them all. In 12 months, I'm reading from the study, on some of the diets, people in a year only managed 11 pounds weight loss. The most amount of weight loss anybody found in a year was 16 pounds, and 25 to 40% of the 16 pounds, or the weight people lost, was lean muscle mass. See, that's the problem. There's your Achilles heel on all these diets. You can lose weight on the Dunkin' Donut diet. I'm not kidding you. You can lose weight on a Coca-Cola diet, but what kind of weight are you losing? And this insanity that we have, this obsession with calories in, calories out. I didn't have enough calories today, or I'm counting my calories. Why? Your body doesn't count calories. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's like the most ridiculous thing we've ever come up with as human beings. We've been counting calories for like 200 years. And every year people are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's more and more and more diets. Go to Barnes & Noble. Look at how many diet titles there are. If any of those worked, why would we need 200-300 of them? They don't work. I mean, and we're not arguing with the fact you lose weight initially on any diet, but not like this. And there's no medical proof behind it. You've got to understand they're just telling you a number on the scale. They didn't do an extensive internal, like liver enzymes and cognitive function, and most importantly, proving this is removing chemicals from your body that you're all storing inside your fat cells right now in this moment. You got every adult on here, you got about 1,000 chemicals in your body. Hell, they did a study on newborn infants 10 years ago. And they looked at their cord blood at birth, and they found every baby had 287 chemicals on average as they were born. If a baby's that toxic, how the hell toxic do you think we all are? You're kidding yourselves. You think it's a good idea to store poisons inside your visceral fat? And no amount of crunches or sit-ups, whatever, is going to get you to get rid of that fat. There's no such thing as burning fat. It's a lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells. You die with a certain number of fat cells, and they expand or contract. That's what you're looking at there, is the detox allowed him to shrink. And then you look at Andy, even more pounds. Look at this, a young guy, 45 pounds and 60 inches in 30 days. 30 days. You tell me if you've ever seen anything like this. Any of you. Have you? Well, again, oh, dear. So, okay, I watched the video. Okay, I understand. I'm sure there are different packages. They're not packages. You're buying food. And the food you're buying is the same pretty much for everybody. It's a cross-section of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. And then the other 70% from these foods around the world. The coaches will go over all that with you. Darley, that's why go to the website and sign up for a coach. The coaching is free. Everything is free except the food. You're only buying food. You're buying, essentially, if you took your total outlay for food last month, 30% you're going to spend at your grocery store, and the other 70% from these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Does everybody understand that? And then you're going to eat them in a completely new way called protein pacing, which, by the way, is a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, of they call it an eating pattern. And they learned this from these people in these blue zones. And many of you have heard of the blue zones, where a lot of people live to be 100 years old, no one's overweight, and certainly hardly anybody ever gets sick. And their whole premise is based on not how much food was on the plate, but the least amount of food with the most amount of nutrition. And that's why the researchers put together for all of you a list of foods that you'd go to your grocery store with. And only 30%, even though it's organic or whole foods, that's all they want you to buy, because even the best organic food, for example, wherever you are in the world, is becoming all but nutritionally deficient. That's a kind word for almost bankrupt of nutrition. That's why they relied, when they put this together. Look, for 40 years, they'd used the best organic foods they could find. And it never worked. They never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off, ever, in 40 years. I mean, that's what you're all facing. I mean, you can say what you want to say, but this is what's going on. So again, for any of the new people that are on here right now, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll shock you at how rapidly and safely you can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. We have an expression, just give us 4 days. Just give us 4 days. Because you're basically going to lose the kind of weight in 4 days. It would take you 6 weeks on a diet. These people actually lost as much weight in a month as what people were losing on diets in a whole year. I'll give you another for instance. So let's look at the shots, and we're not against the shots. But right now they're a lot cheaper. So a lot of you may be, tempted to do the GLP-1s, and we're not going to talk you out of it. They're helping diabetics and helping be morbidly obese. But let's take a look at the real numbers, okay? And let's compare it to this. So this is the New England Journal of Medicine. By the way, this study is on our website. You can see it, or you can go search it on your own. It's a 68-week study, everybody. Do you hear what I said? 68 weeks. That's a year and 4 months. The study titled Once Weekly Semaglutide in Adults Overweight or Obese. 68 weeks. I'm reading from the study. After 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds, and of the 32 pounds people lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. They said this is clinically relevant reduction in body weight. 68 weeks to lose 32 pounds, and she lost 21 pounds in a month and gained 6 to 9% lean muscle. Which one would you do? And this has no side effects. And also, if you do the shot, you still have to buy food. This is only based on food. There's no shots, there's no supplements, nothing. You're buying food and a new way of eating. And these people lost 40% of their lean muscle. Do you understand what happens when they come off the shots? Because we're working with a lot of them now. They're gaining a half a pound a day. So what took them months to lose, they're gaining it back in a few weeks or a month. It's crazy. And yet they keep doing it. Because you think it's some quick fix. The shot is nothing more than slowing down the food movement through your digestive tract. You consume less food. But it's a diet again, because what does a diet do? You're reducing the amount of food you're consuming, which means what? You're reducing the amount of nutrition. Your brain freaks out when there's not enough nutrition to run your organs and keep you alive. What does it do? Turns to your muscles for fuel. It slows down your metabolism. But also it slows down your own immune system. Sadly, I can speak to this. My own younger brother, 6'4". In 2010, he was diagnosed with kidney cancer. And in 8 months, from the time he was diagnosed until he passed away, when he passed away, we had 115 pounds. I saw what muscle wasting does. What we're doing to ourselves is crazy. And the problem is that most of you are going to continue, you're going to follow these influencers, nice people, MDs, PhD, health coaches, trainers, dietitians, nutritionists, but they don't have one shred of medical evidence. Do you all get that? Not a shred. And we've worked with 800,000 people. We know what we're doing. You're not an experiment for us. This is real. This is life-changing. There's no product, Dad's Carnot. No products. Did you just hear what I said? This is based on food. About 30%. You'd get a list to take. First of all, it was developed by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world, Dad's Carnot. It's not a diet. It's a detox. Let me ask you something, Dad's Carnot. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Give me a yes if you do. If you don't, you're probably on the wrong podcast, because this is solely about detoxification. And we have the medical proof. Listen, Dad's Carnot, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. I'll challenge you. You can't show me anybody on all of social media anywhere with one shred of medical evidence. We've never seen it. This is the only protocol in the world that's published in 10. It's published in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, in the Nutrients Journal, in the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, one of the biggest medical journals in the world. And this study on this had nothing to do with the weight loss. It was about the gut. The gut microbiome remodeling and metabolic profile improves drastically in response to protein pacing. This is not a diet. It's a detox. And yes, it's very affordable, very affordable. So Dad's Carnot, does that make sense? Do you believe that you're toxic? Because we are. As a matter of fact, every one of us suffer from this new medical syndrome, Dad's Carnot, called the TDOS syndrome. The T is for toxic chemicals that we're storing inside of our visceral fat, caused by the lack of nutrition, even in our organic food, overweight and stress. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, discovered by Peter Greenlaw. Every person in the world has it. Who's Peter Greenlaw? Oh, well, that would be me. So I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has, registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. So I'm not just some person up here talking. I only supply medical proof, nothing else. Nothing that I should say, nothing that I will say will ever be my opinion. I don't give opinions. I give you medical facts. This is proven medically to prepared. No, there's no prepared food. No. You get foodless. You're going to get 30% of your food from the grocery store, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. And the other 70% come from these incredibly dense nutrient foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. It's like nothing you've ever done before. And the coaching on this, Dad's Nut, is free. We have a free website that you can go to. Good. Oh, I'm breaking up. I'm sorry. Am I okay now, Dads? Yeah, it's Carnot. Am I okay now? Because otherwise I got to make a switch on the internet here. The coaching's free, Dad. It's Carnot. You're going to get a free. If you go to I'm going to give you the website right now. If you go to the website, there's nothing there to buy, only the medical proof, the new health. I'm typing right at the very, very bottom under the new health conversation. So the consultation's free. And then they'll coach you the whole time free. They'll give you a grocery list. You'll actually get it from them, that you go to your grocery store. You buy nothing from us. We don't have any products. We're scientists. And what we did is we've trained, here's what happened. We've helped, Dad's Carnot, we've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. And many of the people that went on this had such life-changing events, they came to us and said, look, we got coached, we'd like to coach somebody else. So all the coaches are there to support you the whole time, not just initially, but all the way through. But not only will they give you the food list you're going to take to your grocery store, but only 30%, whatever you spent last month total on food, Dad's Carnot, you're only going to spend that much at your grocery store, because you're going to get serving sizes, not calories. And everything they do is based not on how much food you're getting, but how much nutrition you're getting. The other 70%, and here's really what makes it work, it comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food, which is what you must have in order for your own body to detox you. There's no products here. There's no like lotion, potion, pill that it's a detox. It doesn't exist on the planet. Your own body is capable of removing these poisons from you, and you'll learn about that if you go to the website. Does that make sense, Dad Scarnut? And there it is, right under your name, the New Health Conversation. Now, the coaching is 100% free. No, so it's more than coaching, because they're coaching you on the foods, how much you're eating, when you're eating, etc. It's all laid out. There's nothing for you to guess. But Dad's Carnot, if you want, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly on this you can expect to lose weight based on 800,000 people over 23 years. We have all the data on 800,000 people. So we pretty much know within a couple pounds, based on your height and your current weight, how quickly you can lose it. And again, you're not an experiment. And if you look at this, maybe I showed you this before, this gentleman right here is 65 years old. Look at that, Dad's Carnot, 40 pounds in a month. And look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124 in a month. No one's ever seen a result like this, and it's all backed. That's what they found in the peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. There's nothing like this in the world, Dad's Carnot. It's not a diet. It's not about counting calories. Nothing to do. And no one was allowed to exercise. Not that you can't exercise if you want to, but they all had to wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Because otherwise you'd say, oh, it was diet and exercise. That's why they lost weight. Not true. That's not true at all. So, Dad's Carnot, give me a yes if that all makes sense and you see. And Dad's Carnot, if you go to the New Health Conversation, the podcast, the website, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. We want you to have the freedom to go there, look at all the information. If you like, scroll down and you get a free coach. By the way, it'll say, if you get down to the coach part, 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify that. The 30% of the food you're going to buy from your grocery store, okay? You get the food list. They're not going to give you a refund on 30% of your food. But the other 70%, no questions asked. In the first month, if it doesn't work, they'll give you 100% of your money back. They'll even pay return shipping. Now, nothing's 100%. I wouldn't be that stupid to say that. But this is pretty close to 100%. It's very rare when anybody wants a refund. So is there any other question, Dad's Carnot, I can answer for you? Because the main thing is just go to that website. Let me get a drink of water. Is there anything else I can answer for you? But come on, everybody. Can we get some taps? We're stuck at 1,100 likes. Come on. This information is life-changing. Give me a little love here. You'll see if you tap on your screen, hearts go up, hearts go up. Come on, tap on that screen. Let's get some more likes going, or share it with other people, etc. So, who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you would like to, if you'll tell me you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. This is not a diet, it's a detox. Anybody on here that doesn't think you need to detox, you're probably on the wrong podcast. Excuse me. Who else would like to ask a question or be able? First of all, this is real. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days via all natural detox. That's what this is. It's not a diet. There are no products. It's based on food and a new way of eating. So again, for the censors, it's not a diet. It's not an extreme diet. There's no body dysphoria. There's no body disorientation. There's no body image problems at all, because it's the medical proof. We're showing them what happens when you can physically detox. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you want, again, if you're male or female, how tall are you, and what's your current weight? That's what we're talking about here. And I'll tell you, look, we're not guessing, okay? We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. I can give you within a couple pounds of how much weight, for example, you'll be down like by Christmas. But other than that, I'll tell you how much you'll lose in the first 4 days. Because our motto is just give us 4 days. Because normally within 4 days, you've lost as much weight as you would in 6 weeks on any diet. No exercise, no Pilates, no anything. Now you can do that if you want, but these people were not allowed to do that. So okay, Ms. Angelo Love, 55240. Okay, we'd want you to be 120, that's 120 pounds. Miss Angelo, get ready. In the first 4 days, you'll be down 6 or 8 pounds. By Christmas, you should be probably 215. By January, 215, you're going to probably be 215, 15. You're going to be probably close to 180 by the end of January, 180 down to 120, 60 more pounds. So that's going to take you February, March. By early April, you should be 120, Miss Angelo. How much would that excite you? And remember, that's with no exercise. You can exercise if you want to. Put it in the chat. Tell me how excited you'd be about that, or even that amount of weight in the first 4 days. Because Ms. Angela, I'm sure you would agree that pretty much on diets, you're excited about a pound a week. Am I correct? Put it in the chat for me. But please comment. It helps me to think I'm making a difference. But I don't know. If you ghost me and you don't tell me what your reaction is to that, oh, extremely. How much? Okay, so first, Ms. Angelo, there's no products. Did you hear what I said? There's no products. You're going to buy food. And you buy no food from us. We don't have a grocery store. We're scientists, okay? But you get a grocery list. 30% of whatever you spent last month total, that's all you buy at your grocery store. You get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables based on serving sizes, not calories. You got it so far? Only 30% of what you spent. The other 70% goes towards these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You can't buy in a grocery store. Those are the foods you're going to be consuming. Most people feel if you took your total budget for the month, that's about what they spent, 30% from their grocery store and the other 70% from these exotic foods around the world, okay? Then what the researchers did, now they learned this from these people in these blue zones that will live to be 100 years old and no one gets sick and no one's overweight. And the key, Miss Angela, was simple. Those people ate way less food with high levels of nutrition and they detoxed every couple months. That's what this is. So what you're doing, the researchers, the list they put together that you would go to your grocery store is based on serving sizes, not calories. So for example, protein, and they'll tell you how many ounces. If it's a vegetable, is it a third or half a cup? It's all laid out. You don't have to figure, you're buying food from your grocery store. Then you're buying from these other researchers who've gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You can't buy that in a store. And then we show you how to consume it. The coaching is 100% free. The consultation you would do if you go to the website is totally free. I'm going to put it right below here in the comments for you. Here's the website. So it's the New Health Conversation. I'm putting it. No bugs. There's no bugs. What are you talking about? No bugs. No, there's no bugs. I'm not quite sure. You mean you're going to eat crickets or something? No, hell no. No, nothing crazy like that. It's food. It's food. So do you understand? Okay, let me put it. I didn't get a chance to post it fast enough for you. Yeah, I know. Yeah, crickets, I know people are promoting that. That's not really something I'm excited about. Now, do you see it right below your name, the New Health Conversation? Give me a yes, Ms. Angela. If you see that, give me a yes. I just want to make sure you understand. If you go to that website, we will not contact you. Did you hear what I said, Ms. Angela? Because we want you to be able to see the medical proof without being harassed by us. Because we're not here to sell you or convince you. But if you like what you see, scroll down, you get a free consultation and if you decide to do it, they'll coach you the whole way and they'll show you everything. Isn't that exciting? Are you a little bit excited? But go to the website and look at everything and then decide if you want to coach. I would tell you this, nearly 100% of the people that go to that website, they want to do it. I mean, it's pretty hard to go there. And one of the interviews, it's called 60 Minutes, It'll Change Your Life. It's with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. And he unequivocally says they're the ones that created this and they have no products, they don't have a company. He just said they'll never recommend any form of traditional diet ever again. And they're considered the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world. That's good enough for me. And they invented this. And we've been fortunate enough to use this now for 23 years and help 800,000 people. So you're not an experiment. It's not like we're rookies. It's not like we started yesterday. We know what the heck we're doing. Isn't that cool, Ms. Angela? And I don't know if you ever saw the movie. One of my favorite movies of all time is called Pay It Forward. That's what the New Health Conversation is all about. Because we have all these people that had amazing results and they said, look, we want to help somebody else. We want to coach them. And also, Ms. Angela, or all of you, you also would get, now this is what the medical researchers gave the patients in the studies. Like, this is what she had. So she followed this. It's called the Blueprint for Success. And each day there are daily videos from the researchers saying, hey, this is safe. This is what you're doing. This is why you're doing it, etc. This is all part of it. This is part of what you get for free with the coaches. The coaches use this because this really is your kind of your virtual coach. But Think about it. You're really getting coached by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world. I mean, I would think you'd want to believe them, right? Because I can't find, Miss Angela, let me ask you a question. Are you aware of anybody else on all of social media, or any of you, if you put it in the chat, anybody with one shred of medical evidence? Who would it be? I can't, we've never seen anybody that has medical proof. And you'll see on the site, Miss Angela, the medical studies are there. You could actually go see the medical studies, and there's a breakdown. It's all in layman's terms. You don't have to worry about, try having to understand, medical mumbo jumbo. It's all in straightforward language. So, good. I'm glad. Who else would like to ask me a question? Or like Miss Angela and a lot of other people have done, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this. It's not a diet. So Polly or Cher, you literally could lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on, and you can keep it off for the rest of your life, and it's not a diet, it's a detox. The main thing I want you all to understand, stop scrolling. She safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days via a natural detox. She added 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years, and it's backed by 10 published peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. There's no one on all the internet that has one shred of medical evidence that we can find. We could be wrong, but so far, no one's ever been able to produce a shred of medical evidence, whether it's keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time-restricted eating. It's all just chatter. It's all nonsense. Nonsense in the fact we're now looking down the barrel of 4 years from now. Johns Hopkins Medical School says that 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese, 50% pre-diabetic or diabetic. That's 86% of you, by the way. So you can do whatever diet you think you want to do. They're miserable, miserable failures. Two of the biggest things you want to guard against. The number one thing is counting calories. Can anybody give me the medical definition of a calorie? I didn't know what they were 25 years ago either. But guess who can't count calories and doesn't care about calories and never has cared about a calorie? Your body. Your body can't count calories, doesn't know what calories are. It's never counted a calorie. Your hunger has never come from lack of calories, ever. The only reason you're ever hungry is lack of nutrition. That's what these researchers proved. And this is based not about how much food you have on your plate, but how much nutrition. And there's no pills, lotions, potions, shots. No, it's only food. You're getting food. Does that make sense to everybody? So who else would like to ask me a question? Or again, I keep saying to you, please read the headline. Even if you're scrolling by, read the headline. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days. And yeah, it's the same woman. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. We're not photoshopping anything. We don't need to Photoshop. And then if you look even at someone like Kristen, she needed to lose 30 pounds. And she ended up losing, you can see it right here. Sorry. She lost 21 pounds and 38 inches in 30 days. But look at her stomach. The bloating you're seeing there has nothing to do with her weight loss. It's her body's fat cells expanding because the body's forcing these chemicals in our world into our fat cells. It's not up for debate. That's what's going on. This protocol is a detox, and it was proven medically through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis to remove the poisons from the fat cells. That's why you shrink. Most women in this lose a whole dress size in a week. Ladies, how excited would that be? A whole dress size in a week, and they weren't allowed to exercise. So if you want to exercise, it's even better. Yeah, I don't see any reason why you couldn't. No, because it's food. You're going to be eating food. So let me ask you this. Did they put you on any kind of a restriction? Are you on any particular, did they put you on a liquid diet? What would they do? Is there anything like that? But I would say absolutely not. Yeah, I figured appendectomy. That's what, yeah, I was saying, what the heck's that appendectomy? I figured it was appendectomy. No, if anything, it should really help you to actually heal from it. So let me ask you a question, Super Yish and sisters. How tall are you and what's your current weight? And I'll tell you, even after appendectomy, how much you can lose. Plus, you want to recover because obviously that's a traumatic event in your body. So how? I'll explain it to you in a minute, but before I do that, let me tell you how much you can lose, how quickly. Any of you, if you put in now, you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight with no exercise. Listen, everybody, 5 feet 4, 66. Okay, so you're 132. Let's see. Yeah. All right, so 5'4". You really don't have that much to lose. We would say probably we'd like you to be at 5'4", 60, maybe around 58 kilos, so you need to lose 8 kilos. Well, here's the thing. In the first 4 days, you're going to lose 2 to 3 kilos in just the first 4 days. You'll easily be at, say, 58 kilos by, yeah, that's what we'd want you to lose, 6 to 8. But you'll be down there easily by Christmas. I'm not kidding you. By Christmas, it's nothing. You might be there within 3 weeks. You could lose 8 kilos. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. And you're going to be able to keep it off, and it's a detox. So are you in, you must be in the EU somewhere, am I correct? And the reason I bring that up, if you are not in the continental United States, if you want to scroll down and get a free coach, you have to put in your WhatsApp phone number, your WhatsApp, not your normal country code. So are you in, you must be in the EU. Wow, it's late for you. It's like 11:55 at night if you're in England or Spain or somewhere in the EU. So put in there. Oh my God, well, it's tomorrow morning. Oh, we got all kinds of people in Australia and New Zealand. So it's like about 10 in the morning your time. Then right now I feel much better. But tell me how excited you'd be about being Christmas. You're down, you're going to be down below, you'll be at what, 58 kilos by Christmas. I mean, is that just crazy? Does it? Wait, 5, okay. So are you cool? And listen, here's where you all go. I'm going to type it in the chat for you, but make sure if you fill this out, you've got to put your WhatsApp phone number. I assume you have a WhatsApp phone number. Am I correct? Super Yish and Sisters. Am I correct? You must have. Okay. So again, I told you what you need. Okay, Nana, I'm 5'5", 185. Okay, Nana. Okay, Nana, you're 5 feet 5, 185. Okay, we'd want you at 5'5", no more than 120. That's 65 pounds. Nana, you're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. I would say by Christmas, you're going to be between 160 and 165. By the end of January, easily 145. And there's no reason at all that within another month you'll be at 140. 120. That's how dramatic this is. And you can see right there, look, she lost 21 pounds in 30 days. You're going to lose at least 5 pounds a week, Nana. Put in the chat, how excited would you be about that? But remember, in those first 4 days, you're already going to be down like 6 pounds. Within 4 days. You'll think your scale broke. We know it all the time. And do you understand, Nana, you're not doing, yeah, well, you deserve it. Of course, you can do it. Of course. Go to the website, and like I said, make sure you put in your WhatsApp phone number, okay? But Nana, tell me, comment, what do you think about that? And can we get some more taps on that screen? We're stuck at 1,100 likes. This is life-changing information for all of you. Existing. But would you be really excited about those new numbers? Would that really get you going, Nana? I would hope so, right? And you understand, Nana, you go to this website, you get free. It's free to go there. We won't contact you. There's nothing to buy because we don't have anything to sell you. The only thing you're buying is food, and you get free coaching and a free consultation. So I put the New Health Conversation right under your name, right there, Nana. Do you see that? Terrific. Who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you'll tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, and what your current weight is, and I'll give you an exactly exciting. Yeah, I didn't think it was existing. I figured you had a typo. Oh, Mary, great. Who's your coach? Mario, who's your coach? Nana, you good? And Nana, see, they're all getting oh, terrific. You got a great coach. He's been with me for like over 20 years. I mean, he cares. He's terrific. TC, hi, Trinidad, looking on. Okay, TC, the only problem is they don't ship to Trinidad. The only way you could get it to Trinidad, you'd have to ship it to Miami and have it reshipped. I don't control that because we don't have anything to sell you. There's no products. You're buying food. 30% you'd buy in Trinidad at your supermarket, but the other 70% of these foods come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You can't buy them in any grocery store anywhere. But we have a lot of people in the Caribbean who are very excited about this, and they figure out they have a reshipper out of Miami. I don't know anything about that, so don't ask me. I'm just telling you. But a lot of people are able to do that. So I don't know if you're able to do that. But anyway, that's so great, Mario. Well, I'll be very excited to hear about your results, okay? So who else would like to, hello, Tammy. Hello. Oh, Mario's up there. Polly's up there. Superish, Kara, Vedez, Ron Tinge. Were you on my podcast earlier today, Ron? I'm almost positive you were. Sure looks familiar. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Well, I didn't do anything, TC. I'm hoping that you can reship it. That's all I'm saying to you, right? So who else would like to ask a question or? Beautiful, Mario. Yeah, let Bob, he's a great, great coach. He's been at this a long time and he really does know what he's doing. Like I said, he's one of the most experienced people that I have with us, okay? So who else on here? And again, we only have 12. Come on, everybody. Tap on your screen, on your phone. We only have 1,200 likes. Really? That's all the value this is for all of you? It's life-changing? You can lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of a diet, and you're going to detox your body, and you're going to get healthier. Blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all come down dramatically. You're going to detox your body, and we only can get 1,200 likes in an hour and 35 minutes. Come on, everybody. For me, tap on the screen so I know that this information is of value to you. We don't have any products to sell you, so it's not like it's really about you being able to experience what we've all experienced. Well, we've helped 800,000 people, everybody, in 23 years. We'd love to be able to help you. Who else would like to make a comment or a question? Or again, if you'll tell me how male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, then I'll explain to you exactly what you can do or how you could do it. But no, what I was going to say is if you'll tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight and keep it off. Hi, Baron Farrakhan. Oh, you're gone. Okay. So who else are you curious? Are you curious at all, anybody, about, you understand that you can literally lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 to 8 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. And this is medically proven. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So who else would like us to help you to understand? Look, you're all going to do these crazy diets. None of them work. None of them work. None. Zero work. So again, I wait for any of you to put it in the chat. If you'll tell me male, female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll show you how much weight you can lose in just 4 days and how much you could be down by Christmas and how much you could be down in January. You could have a whole new life starting in 2026. You talk about a New Year's resolution. Why not start it now? Why are you waiting until January to go on a diet that won't work? I mean, do any of you really believe you're going to weigh less than you do now, say 6 to 8 months from now? Because the statistics say no. I mean, they're talking about right now that 86% of the people in the United States are going to be overweight or obese in just 4 years, and 50% of those will be pre-diabetic or diabetic. I mean, this is a catastrophe. And yet, what do we keep doing? I can tell by the number of people, the small number of people that come on here. And like I said, I can't believe we only have 1,200 likes. And all we need you to do is tap on the screen, tap on the screen. And yet you're following these other people, nice people. They don't have any medical proof. Time-restricted eating is the biggest joke on the planet. And they got like 1 million followers. Doing what? Eating in an 8-hour window and fasting 16 hours. And then we look at Harvard Medical School saying time-restricted eating, the popular 16-8 method, is often touted as a superior approach to weight loss and health compared to simple calorie restriction. However, the growing body of scientific evidence in randomized controlled trials and meta-analysis proves that any benefits from time-restricted eating are due to calorie deficits that create rather than the timing itself. All these people are getting hoodwinked. It's nothing more than a diet. So whether you eat in 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours has no impact on the overall weight loss. That's Harvard Medical School. But you see, the thing is, it sounds cool. Oh, I can eat what I want in 8 hours and then I just fast 16. Nonsense. It's just nonsense. Nonsense. So who else would like to ask me a question? Who else would like me to, if you want to tell me how male or female, how tall you are and what your current weight is, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. Would anybody like to do that? Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I guess it's just not my night or something. Yeah. Wow. So of the people that are on here, are you curious about how this is the one that's really important here, everybody. Look, she lost 60 pounds in 90 days via all natural detox. She's added back 6 to 9% lean muscle mass with no workouts, kept it off 9 years, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's not a product. There's no products. No one was allowed to exercise, so it wasn't diet and exercise. It's a detox. It's like nothing anyone's ever seen before, and the results are commensurate with this protocol. It's the only medically backed protocol that we know of in the whole world. It's in 10 of the peer-reviewed biggest studies. And I don't know why you wouldn't, I don't know why you aren't curious about finding out how this could help you. Listen, in 23 years, the New Health Conversation, which is a movement, we've helped 800,000 people. 800,000. Not 8,000, 800,000. We know what we're doing. I am interested. Kara, woohoo, great, terrific. I'm glad you are. So do you mind telling me if you're, I'm assuming, I don't want to assume, but are you male or female, how tall and your current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. And it's not a diet, and there are no products to buy. It's based on food and a new way of consuming food that was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. Karkar, hello Karkar. So again, Kara, if you'll tell me how tall you are and what your current weight is, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. I'm assuming that's what you're interested in. And again, I want to assure you, I want to share you and I want to share everybody. This is not a diet. It's not about counting calories, and there was no exercise involved. They were not allowed to exercise because they didn't want exercise to be an outlier. Otherwise, they would have never known. Was it exercise and diet that worked, or just this? And it's not a diet, just this protocol. So imagine that. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days with no exercise, and she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. How amazing is that? So again, Kara, I'm just waiting for you. And here's the website, Health Conversation. This is a free website where you can go, Kara, even if you don't want to give me the numbers for me to give you an evaluation. But the New Health Conversation, the only thing there is the medical proof. There's no products to buy. If you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach. They'll give you a list that you take to your grocery store, but only 30%. Whatever you spent last month total, you're only going to spend 30% at the grocery store. The other 70% comes from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, where these foods represent huge amounts of nutrition in really small amounts of food. Does that make sense? That's it. So that's what I would suggest, Kara, because again, I don't know. I'd love to tell you how rapidly you could lose weight and keep it off, but it's okay if you don't want to do it. It doesn't hurt anything, and you can go to the website and you can see all the information, get a free coach if that's what you want to do. Hello, user 679126. Hello, Lonnie 767254. RNA Imports TT. Larry is there. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome wherever part of the world you're calling in from. We always love to have, we have people all over the world on this podcast. So we're very appreciative of anybody from down under, from New Zealand, Australia. Oh, here we go. 551 for disabled, limited movement due to hole in abdomen in 8 years, torn meniscus. Okay. All right, 55145. All right, well, here's the good news. You're going to lose at least 5 pounds in 4 days with no exercise. We'd want you to be no more than 120. That's 25 pounds. Kara, you're not going to believe this, but there's no reason at all by Christmas, you're going to be darn near at 120. I'm not kidding you. That's without any exercise at all. And you're going to find that you're going to build 6 to 9% lean muscle mass. So it's going to really help with, now the other thing you'll be very interested in, one of the studies, Kara, was published in Nature Communications, one of the largest medical journals in the world. It was 100% about the gut. It was about the gut, I'm reading from the title, the gut microbiome remodeling and metabolic profile improved drastically in response to protein pacing. They have the medical proof, and you can see it on the website. You can see the study. but Crohn's, colitis, irritable bowel, leaky gut, all these symptoms, they had massive improvement just in the first 30 days, let alone in 8 weeks. See, that's the thing, Cara. It's not a diet. You're not going on a diet. You're going on a healing journey, a healing crisis. This is so much more than weight loss. Does that excite you? Cara, how excited would you be? Talk about a Christmas present for yourself. If you're 120 at Christmas, how excited would you be about that? Okay, good. Understood, yes. And you understand where to go, Cara? I'm going to put it in here for you again. The new, and make sure if you do decide you want to coach, put that in the chat so we know that you had those medical challenges, okay? And we've worked with, we have people with no thyroids. We have people with no gallbladders. We have a man with a heart transplant. I mean, it's a health protocol. It is not a diet. You're not on a diet. You're on a health journey. And so you understand where to go right there. And if you go there, be clear, Carl. Don't think you're going to get a phone call from us, because we don't do that. We give you the opportunity to see all the medical proof. If you like it, scroll down. You get a free consultation, a free coach, and they'll go over the food lists that you would. So you're you're buying a month's worth of food. 30% of what you bought last month, dollar-wise, the other 70% from these exotic foods from around the world. But again, especially if you still have gut issues, this could massively help you to improve that. Make sense? Cool. All right, who else would like to ask me a question or make a call? Oh, we're at 2,200 likes. Somebody did their work. They're still topping. Come on, everybody, tap on the screen. Let's get a lot going on here. I want to make this an unbelievable podcast, an unbelievable one. They're all unbelievable. Of course, I'm prejudiced. But again, I'd love any of you to comment about, what do you think about her? She safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days via an all-natural detox. That's what this is, not a diet. And she added 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years, and it's backed by 10 published human trial studies. So what do you think about that? I love comments. Come on, let's interact. Hello, Mimi 2.0.02. 2.0.202. That's cool. Who else would like to? Anybody on here, if you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are, and how much you weigh, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight, because you're going to lose about as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. That's just normal. That's not anything exceptional. I'll show you some other pictures while we're waiting here. This young woman here only had 30 pounds to lose. You can see there she lost 21 pounds in a month, 21 pounds, and she's kept it off for 9 years. And then Julie, this is really exceptional. She lost 35 pounds in 37 days. And look at how much she shrank. See, it's not a diet, it's a detox. So the change in her body composition is not a result of anything. It's not a diet, it's a result of detox. And for the sensors, I always tell them, this is about making you healthier and healthier and healthier. Okay? So, somebody wants me to do an analysis. Okay. So, Life 1112. I'm assuming, are you saying you're 5'4" and you're 96 kilograms? Just to confer. I want to make sure you're not 54 years old and 96. I'm going to assume you're 5'4" and you're 96 kilos, okay? All right, so let me look on my chart here. Okay, so that's about, that's going to be 192 pounds about. Okay, so I can tell you right away that in the first 4 days, you're probably going to lose 2 to 3 kilos. We'd want you to be at 5'4", about maximum about 60 kilos. That's 36 kilos that you need to lose. Oh, you're 5'10". Okay, all right, that's a big difference. 5'10", we'd want you to be then about 70 kilos. Okay, that's 26 kilos you need to lose. Still, in the first 4 days, you'll lose 2 to 3 kilos. By Christmas, so that's about 5 weeks from now, easily, you should be down to, let me do the math in my head, 10, 12, you should be down around 185 kilos by Christmas. I would say by January, 185, let's see, we get you down to 85, you lose another 10, you're going to be at 75. You're going to be, I would say by the middle of February, you should be about, you're going to be about 70 kilos. I'm not kidding you. That's normal. That's not anything unusual. So Life 112, tell me how excited you'd be about that. And if you are in Australia or New Zealand, if you do go to the website, I'm going to put it right here for you right now. It's free to go there. There's nothing to buy. It's food. But if you want a coach to call you, we need your WhatsApp phone number, because I'm assuming you're not in the continental United States because of the kilograms. I'm just so used to it. And we have lots of people. Oh, 90. Oh, that's not even that Life. To 90, you're going to be there. Let's see, that's 90. That's 612. Oh my gosh, you'll be there in less than 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you should be there at 90 kilos. Don't even think about that. That's like you just heard what I said. We want you to be 70 kilos, 26 kilos. Easy, you'll be 70 kilos by early in February. Tell me how much. Put in the chat. UK, okay. It's available in the UK. All right, it's not available every place in the world. It's only available in the EU, Australia, New Zealand, United States, Canada, Mexico, Puerto Rico. That's it. So it is available in the UK. We have tons of people in the UK now doing it. So, but please, Life, if you do go to the website, I put it right above your head, make sure you put in your WhatsApp phone number. If you just put in your normal country code, for whatever reason, the coaches are having a heck of a time. But if you do WhatsApp, it's free. They can FaceTime, they can text you, they can call you, because they are going to una mate. Oh my gosh, no. Are you talking about, let me read it to you. Are you talking about unicity? Life 1112, please tell me. Are you talking about unicity? Because I'm going to give you a scathing report about the nonsense behind that. So just, yeah, okay. All right, let me read from the medical studies, okay? Listen to this. So, unicity, claimed health benefits. Unicity promotes products like balanced fiber supplements and unamate, yerba mate drink, for metabolic health, including blood sugar control, cholesterol reduction, energy boost, and generally well. However, they are largely unsubstantiated hype with no independent evidence for detoxifying the body, reducing inflammation, or preserving lean muscle mass, claims often implied but never proven in any studies. Peer-reviewed human trial studies virtually non-existent in reputable medical journals, on PubMed, listed studies on unicity formulations. What they cite are mostly internal company-funded trials, short-term, small-scale, and biased, plus borrowed science from generic ingredient research. No rigorous independent human trials validate the product's unique efficacy. Nothing stands out. Ingredients are common: soluble fiber, vitamins, plant extracts, repackaged in proprietary mixes. It is a total, from a medical standpoint, hoax. Hoax. Life, do you get it? There's not one shred of evidence behind it. None. Zero evidence. This, what we're talking about, is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. In the Obesity Journal, in Frontiers in Physiology, in Nutrients, in the Nutrition Journal, in Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, which is the number 1 or 2 medical journal in the world. There's no comparison, Life, none whatsoever. That's what happens with so many of these companies. They put up these smoke screens that's called unsubstantiated claims. Why won't they do a peer-reviewed study? You know why? Because what they're claiming they could never prove. They could never go to the scrutiny that's required for peer-reviewed human trial medical studies. Life, are you familiar? Do you understand the significance of a peer-reviewed human trial medical study published in these huge journals? Do you understand that is the game changer? Nobody else in the world has not just unicity, but none of these companies, none of these protocols, whether it's keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time restricted, doesn't matter. This is life-changing, and it's a detox. Life, you go to this website right here. Hold on. The New Health. You Google it, and you go there. There's nothing to buy. The only thing there is the medical proof. And if you like what you see, Life, you scroll down, you get a free coach. That's why I'm telling you, it says there's a little box to fill in like what you want to accomplish, but make sure you put your WhatsApp phone number. Please put that in there. Otherwise, it won't be able to. Life, do you have WhatsApp? Tell me, do you have WhatsApp? And do you see, I put it right below your name, so to be easy. Oh, you got thumbs up. So you're saying you do have WhatsApp. It's very important, Life. Otherwise, you're going to be mad at us. You're going to be disappointed. And here's what I will swear to you. On my kids and my grandkids' lives, if you go to the website, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. No. because we want you to see, there's the real medical proof that you don't have with unicity. You get to see the actual studies and an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world who has no products. They don't have a company. They invented this. Now are you excited, life? Forget the 90 kilos. Okay, we'll get you there in no time. No, we want you down about 70. You're going to get there by early February. You'll be 70 kilos. How much she said? I was 10 pounds in the past 6 days, and I see increased muscle mass muscle mass in my arms and legs. Awake 144. On this protocol, awake, is that what you're saying? I'm not sure what the context is. Because on this, that's what happens. We see people, they're gaining lean muscle mass. Yeah. So here's someone, everybody, look at life. Whoever this person is, awake. I lost 10 pounds in the past 6 days, and I see increased muscle mass in my arms and legs. Do you see that, life? I don't know this person. Awake 0.144. Yeah. So life, what do you think about that? This is not a plan. I have no idea where this person is. We have so many people that are doing this now, but look at that. Listen to him. He lost, that's 5 kilos in 6 days. You don't think this is a life changer life? Look at that. That's good. 5 kilos. 5 kilos in 6 days. That's a kilo a day. Oh, you got a great coach. Dan is a wonderful coach. Life. Is that all? That's the only adjective you use? That's good? Isn't that crazy good? Crazy? Now, I don't want to promise you. The numbers I gave you are about half that. But that shows what's happening. Look at this. Pre-diabetic. Wait do you see this? Look at him. Look at his A1C life from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. And look at his triglycerides, 242 to 124. He's a diabetic on insulin. At the end of 30 days, they had to cut his insulin by 50%. So life, are you on glucophage, metformin, insulin? Are you on any drugs at all? Because and then another diabetic. Here's another diabetic. Look at this one. A younger guy, 45 pounds in a month. But look at his A1C from 7.9 to 6.2. Look at his bad cholesterol, 120 to 59. That's in 30 days. This is real medical evidence, not unicity making these claims without a damn shred of medical evidence. Yes, I get pissed off. I'm sick and tired of this nonsense out there. Because it's nonsense. It's just chatter with no medical proof behind it. I can say it because I just read you the evidence. It's just crazy what we're doing. Here is the solution. No meds, great. Are you monitoring your blood sugar then on a daily basis if you're pre-diabetic? I'm just curious because on this, we're going to want you to, if you don't, it's fine. You don't have to. If you're on medication, we just tell you we want you to check your blood 3 times a day. But if you're not on any meds, you won't need to do that. But I can tell you this, that the people on here that were, let's say, pre-diabetic, at the end of 30 days, they were no longer pre-diabetic, if that makes sense to you. So life, are you excited a little bit? Are you like really excited? Remember, you're doing this for your life. You're doing this for your health. You're not doing this. The weight loss is just a wonderful side benefit. Does that make sense? So what else can I answer for you, life? The real answers you're going to see. So life, let me explain it to you again. So take whatever the amount of food you bought last month, dollar-wise, or pounds, or you're not in euros anymore, I don't think. Maybe you are. You're only going to spend 30% at your grocery store, and the other 70% will go towards these foods from around the world, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. And then your coach will show you exactly, interested to lose weight. Okay, well then that's going to be it. And you're clear now, life, where to go, right? You know you can go to this website. Hold on, the new health conversation. Hold on. It's right here, the new health conversation, okay? Do you see it right under your name, the New Health Conversation? You go there. We won't contact. That's why you need to put in your WhatsApp phone number if you want us to contact you. By the way, at Wake 144, we'd love to have you. Did Dan tell you about our weekly, tomorrow night, we have a Zoom call, and people from all over the world come on and share their results. Your results are unbelievable. You can get the Zoom link from Dan, and we'd love to have you. Try to make it. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every Thursday night. It's a Zoom call. You can be on it. Good, Life. I'm excited for you, Life. This could really be, you could be hitting the do-over button because you want to stay, you don't even want to be pre-diabetic. We want to move you out of that category at all, that you got nothing to worry about. But the weight loss is going to be important, and the faster you can lose it, the healthier you're going to be, because you're not losing lean muscle, you're actually gaining 6 to 9% lean muscle. So Awake, please check with Dan and see if you can be on tomorrow night. That would be fabulous. Your results are amazing. Well, Awake, how amazed are you? Do you see what he's saying there? Look at Life. He's saying, I had an A1C of 10.6, and it's been 5.4 the past year on this. No, Life. Nobody was allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. You can go if you want to, but everything, like when you're looking at Curtis here, no exercise at all. None. Zero. No exercise. And they wore Fitbits. See, this is why the researchers did that, because otherwise you'd be saying, oh, it was diet and exercise why they lost weight. So imagine with no exercise, they lost that kind of weight. Now, what we did, even when people do exercise, it doesn't speed up the weight loss, just to let you know. It's more for cardiovascular. But no, you don't have to go to the gym. That's what's so great about it. Yeah, well, it's not really a diet. It's more of a lifestyle. Lula, I want to lose weight. I'll get to you in a second. So Life 112. Understand something, that the other part about this is so great. Once we get you down to your weight, then maintenance is you just have one of these meals, these exotic foods for breakfast, and a lunch and dinner, and then every couple months do another 48-hour detox. The coaches will go over all that with you. It's really easy. Maintenance. I lost 20 kilos in 7 weeks, 23 years ago, Life 112. I've kept it off for 23 years. Isn't that cool? Okay, Lula, let's help you out here, Lula. That's still, we can work it out. That's not a problem. That's because right now it's night for you. Aren't you around, you about 12:27, am I correct? Isn't that about what it is in the UK? Aren't you, I think you're 7 hours ahead of me. I had somebody earlier today that was on, and I figured that out. Am I right? Yes, okay, good. So yeah, working at night is not a problem. We have people like all over the world, different schedules, etc. That's why you need a coach, okay? Now, Lula, if you'll tell me, I'm assuming you're a female, maybe not, but if I need to know if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. It is not a diet. Did you get a chance to see this, Lula? She lost 60 pounds in 90 days, an all-natural detox. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle with no working out, and she's kept it off for 9 years. And it's backed, Lula, in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's completely safe, and it's based on food. There are no products, no lotions, potions, pills, supplements. No, it's food. So, good, Life. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for being here. So, Lula, tell me how tall you are and your current weight, and I'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight. I mean, are you ready to change your life? Do you want to change your life? Do you want to hit the do-over button? Get some water here. Okay, but how tall are you, Lula? I need to know how tall you are. Riddle Stewart, I need to change my life, please. Well, we'll get to you, Riddell, in just a moment. Now, wait a minute. You're 85 kilos. You can't be 1.67. I mean, unless, are you 1.67 meters? Is that what you're telling me? What are you in centimeters? Unless you're 167 centimeters. You can do it as a pescatarian, no problem whatsoever. Absolutely, yes. Yes, you can do it as a pescatarian. Okay, so you're 167. Okay, so you're 5'6". Okay, you're pretty tall. And you're 85, so you're 170 about. All right, so at 5'6", Let me get this right, 167, you're 5'6". Okay, I would say we'd want you to be no more than about 65 kilos. That's 20 kilos. Lula, get ready. You're going to lose in the first 4 days 2 to 3 kilos. By Christmas, easily, you're going to be down to about 75 kilos. January, you're going to be darn near at the end of January, you should be down to where we'd want you to be, is about 70 kilos, easy. You're going to be probably 65 to 70 kilos by the end of January. Tell me, Lula, how excited you'd be about that. Okay. Lula, put it in the chat. And look, for you, Lula, and everybody else, including you, Riddell, I'm going to go over you next. Okay, hold on. This is for everybody to go to. This is a free medical website. Hold on, everybody. The new health conversation. Okay, hold on just a second. Conversation. Okay, whoops. It'd help if I spelled it right. Now, that website, Lula, there's nothing to buy there. It's completely free. Are you also in the UK or somewhere? If you're telling me centimeters and kilos, you must be, or are you in Australia or New Zealand? Not that it matters. It's available in Australia, New Zealand, the United States, Canada, Mexico, and the EU. It's not available anywhere else in the world. It's not available in the Caribbean. Oh, you're in Canada. Okay, great. No problem then. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. But Riddell, I want to get with you. And again, Riddell, if you'll tell me male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll give you an absolute honest opinion. Yeah, we're getting some more taps now. We're up to 2,400 likes. Come on, everybody, Life and everybody else, tap, tap, tap. Lula, tap on the screen. Give me some love. Give me some love. But Lula, how excited would you be about that? Put it in the chat for me. And you understand, if you go to the New Health Conversation, any of you, we will not contact you. The only thing there is the medical proof. But if you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach. And the coaching's free the whole time. There's no charge for coaching. And the only thing you're buying, nothing from us. We don't have any products, sensors. There's no products. You're buying from your grocery store, 30% of what you spent last month, and 70% from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. You got it, everybody? All right. Riddell, okay, female. And then how tall? Riddell, you're 5'4" and 330. Okay. So I would say at 5'4", we'd want you to be no more than 120. That's going to be 210 pounds. Now, don't panic yet. In the first 4 days, I'm going to estimate you'll probably lose 8 or 10 pounds in 4 days. So let's look at Christmas. I'm going to see you easily at about 25. You should be about 305 by Christmas. By the end of January, you should be close to 270. Again, 270 down to 120. We have about 150 pounds to go. Based on our numbers, there's no reason at all that by June of next year, you'll be like 120 pounds. Tell me, Riddell, how excited would you be about that? You're not going to be hungry. 5 days a week, you get to eat 4 times a day, and 2 days a week, you get to eat 8 times a day. It's not a diet. There's no exercise. No, you can exercise if you want to, but they eliminated exercise here. So I don't have nothing to do with I'm a researcher. I'm a medical researcher. That's what I do. Oh, you submitted your details. Great. Well, you'll get a call from a coach. It's not a business. You're buying food from the grocery store and food from these exotic locations around the world, and you're going to get coached for free. Riddell, tell me, what do you think about what I just shared with you? Tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers. And do you understand, Riddell, you can go to the website just like Life12 just did, the new health, conversation. This is free to go there for any of you. There's nothing to buy. The only thing there is the medical proof for you all to see. Do you see I just posted it, Riddell, at the bottom? Give me a yes. But also let me know, what do you think about those numbers, Riddell? You haven't commented. Come on, tell me. Are you excited? Would that be like mind-boggling, unbelievably exciting for you to have that happen? Yes, good. Good. And you understand you can go to the New Health Conversation at any moment and get a free coach and a free consultation. Although if you sign up, if you go there tonight, it probably won't, you may not hear from anybody until tomorrow, because it's like 7, well, I'm in Denver. It's only 5:30 in the afternoon here. Riddell Stewart, yes. Okay. Great. Great. Well, Riddell, do you understand you're going to hit the reset button for the rest of your life? Riddell, how motivated you are. If you stand on that scale after 4 days and you're down like 10 pounds, tell me how motivated you'd be to continue. And like I said, by Christmas, you'll be down like 30 pounds or more. Tell me how excited you're going to be about that. Well, look at her. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days. Would you be unhappy with that, Riddell? But this is the low numbers. Let me show you some high numbers. Julie, look at her, Riddell. 35 pounds in 37 days. She's losing a pound a day. And she didn't have as much weight to lose as you. But I'm giving you conservative numbers, conservative. Oh, Annie gave me a rose. Thank you. Oh, in good hands. My buddy already gave me a piece of cake, I think that is, whatever it is. So Riddell, tell me, how excited would you be? And are you really committed? Do you want to do it? Because you can. This will do it. Riddell, on diets. Okay, Riddell, let me ask you a question. If you were going to lose 20 pounds, say you don't know anything about this, how long would you give yourself to lose just 20 pounds? I'm just curious what your thought process would be. Pick any diet you want, any trainer, any gym, whatever. How long would you give yourself? I want all of you to listen to this. And yes, very committed. Look, is there a better Christmas present you're going to give yourself if you walk in Christmas morning and you're down 30 pounds? I hope you'll be jumping for joy, right? And we got lots of taps going. That's it, everybody. Thank you for tapping, tapping, tapping. Wow, now we got 3,000 likes. We really click and look along. Riddell, do you understand how much your life could change on this? And the coaches are going to be there to support you. And they're going to educate you, they're going to answer your questions, and they're going to be there as moral support as well. You can do this. You just don't have the right vehicle. Because again, tell me, if you were going to lose just 20 pounds and you got a lot more than 20 pounds to lose, how long would you say to lose 20 pounds? See, that's why people get discouraged. And Riddell, let me share something very personal. I don't always do this. My own mother was morbidly obese my whole life. I never knew her thin. I never knew her healthy. I loved her. She was awesome. I didn't care a damn how huge she was. And 25 years ago, before I became a researcher, Riddell, she came to me one day and said, Peter, I have one really big wish in my life. I said, Mom, what's that? She said, I would give anything if I could spend one day thin. I said, wow, Mom, that's cool. Well, Riddell, 6 months later, massive heart attack and stroke. I miss my mom like hell. She was wonderful. Her dream, she just wanted one day thin. She went through fat shaming. That's why I would never do that. Censors, never in a billion years. Body dysphoriation, whatever you call it. No, we don't do that. This is all we're showing them is the medical results of detoxing their body, and there's the change in their physical. So I can tell you that I have a huge motivation to help people like you, Riddell. My mom didn't get that hope. She did every kind of diet there was. I really believe my mom dieted herself to death. I'd see her lose 20, gain 25 back, lose 25, gain 30 back. At the end, she had a whole counter of pills, high blood pressure, blood sugar, water pills, you name it. Very sad story. But in her memory, one of the reasons I started the new health conversation, Riddell, was in memory of my mom. It was started 23 years ago by me, one person. And now, Riddell, we've helped 800,000 people. Did you hear that, everybody? If you're scrolling by, we've helped 800,000 people. This is not a diet. This is a way of life, and it's totally sustainable. I lost 40 pounds, 20 kilos in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. So for my dear friends down under, imagine that. 20 kilos in 7 weeks, and I've kept it off for 23 years. You don't think I'm motivated? I just want to help as many of you as I can. The new health conversation is really, it's a movement. We don't have any products. Again, censors, there's nothing to buy on that website. The only thing there is the medical proof, free medical knowledge. And if you like what you see, scroll down, you get a free coach. We all got coached for free. And the coaches, they all got coached for free. And a lot of them have volunteered. They had such great success. They said, we'd like to help somebody else. So the new health conversation is a movement. It's not a company. There's no products. Does everybody understand that? Hello, keystrokes. Hello, pieces of me.xx. Oh, Lula, you can't wait to lose the weight either. Okay, well, you're on a great roll here, okay? Now I see new people, keystrokes and pieces of me.xx. What's this all about? What's going on? What's going on is just read the headline. She safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days via all natural detox. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years. So if any of you, whether it's keystrokes or pieces of me or any of you, if you'll tell me how tall you are, I'm assuming you're, well, I shouldn't say that, I don't know. But if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight safely. This is not a diet. No calorie counting. There's no pills, lotions, potions. No, no, no. It's based on food and a new way of eating, and it was developed by the top weight loss, nutrition, physiologists in the world who'd spent 40 years, 100 studies, thousands of people they were paid to analyze diets. They never found one where people lost weight and kept it off in 40 years. They invented this, and they have no products. None. Oh, here we go. Pieces. Oh, thank you. I'm 165 centimeters. Okay, but what's your current weight? Tell me in kilos. So you must be in Australia or New Zealand or you're in the UK. Or you could be in Canada. Yeah, I guess you could be. But I need to know what your current weight is. 95 kilos, right? Okay, so that's 190 or one. Okay, let me check my chart. 165, you're 5'5". Okay, we'd want you at 5'5" to be about 60 kilos. So you got 35 kilos to go, but here's the great news, pieces of me. In the first 4 days, you're gonna probably lose 3 kilos in 4 days. Christmas, easily, you'll be between 80 and 85 kilos, probably 85. By the end of January, you're gonna be probably 75 kilos. And we want you, I said I want you at 60, so you got 15 kilos to go. Let's compromise and say by the end of February, you should be very, very close to 60 kilos. Tell me, pieces, how much would that excite you? How much would that excite you? And remember, that's without any exercise. She was not allowed. You can exercise if you want to. You get free coaching and you're buying food. There's no products. There's no gimmicks. There's no shots, nothing. So put it in the chat for me, pieces. How excited would you be about those numbers for you? Or think about it for Christmas. The number I just gave you just for Christmas, would you be excited? Right? If you can be 85 kilos by Christmas, would you be excited? You might be less than that. Might be 80 kilos. So tell me in the chat. And also, pieces, this is what you do. This is the free website to go to. There's nothing to buy there. The only thing there is the medical proof, the new health conversation. I even spelled it right. I just posted it right under your name. Please, yes, please, currently dealing with oh, this is wonderful for perimenopause. Unbelievable. We got people with PCOS. We have women with no thyroids that lost their thyroids due to thyroid cancer. Oh yeah, PCOS. Oh my God, it'll help you so much. Crazy, crazy. Oh no, you don't have, I'm sorry, you have perimenopause. Sorry, I got carried away. Understand, pieces of, it's not a diet. It's a health. People's blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all came down. Inflammation, which you are suffering from with perimenopause, came down 25% in a month. Those aches and pains and fatigue and the stiffness, gone. How cool would that be? Give me a comment. Oh, this, again, the inflammation. We have people with bone-on-bone rheumatoid arthritis who are going to have knee replacements. They don't have knee replacements anymore. This could so help you. It's not a diet. And with those kind of things, obviously, you're not able to exercise very much, I'm assuming, correct? Help me out here, pieces of me. And again, look at all the hearts. Wonderful hearts. Thank you all. Thank you. It's great. Oh my God, we're having fun now. Pieces of me. Where are you? Are you in North America? Or where are you in the world? Because again, I was asking you, either in Canada or you must be in New Zealand or Australia or some place like that. Not that that matters, because it's available. It's not available everywhere in the world, but it is available. Oh yeah, of course, no problem. And it's now, aren't you at about 9:43 in the morning tomorrow? You're on Thursday already, am I correct? But we have lots of people in Australia, absolutely. And here's the only thing I would say to you, pieces of me. If you do, go to the website, you like what you see, we won't contact you. But if you decide you want to coach, put in your WhatsApp phone number. Very important, pieces of me. Oh, it's 8:43. Okay. Yep. On Thursday. Yeah, I knew that so you're only like 13 hours ahead. That's good. Because we have daylight. I don't know. I don't think you have daylight savings in Australia. It doesn't matter. We got people all over the world. But so do you understand? Please acknowledge. You've got to put your WhatsApp phone number in. Please put that in there, because otherwise the coaches have a heck. Plus, WhatsApp is free. Then they can call you, FaceTime you, text you, whatever. They're going to coach you the whole time. No gimmicks, no tricks, etc. And be sure to put in there's a little space to write in. Make sure you put in degenerative bone disease, perimenopause. I mean, let's help you. Let's help you. This is not about you fitting in your skinny jeans, although that's going to happen too. But how amazing would that be for you with no exercise to get that weight off you? Because again, obviously the degenerative bone and disc disease, my God, the weight is a big non-starter, right? That's not something you want to have happening. Good, thumbs up. So you got the WhatsApp, put it in there, and away we go. We're having so much fun. This is amazing, everybody. Thank you, thank you. I love audience participation. Who else would like to come on? And if you'll tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. Gosh, pieces, we really want to be able to help you if we can. But I know we can absolutely ease your discomfort massively. And this is not a drug. This is food and a new way of eating that empowers your own body to detox. Wow. Holy smokes. Again, make sure you put that in because we have nurses, we have medical doctors that are all coaches, and that's why it's important. Put it in there so I can align you with a coach that is familiar with those, because we got it. You can imagine, listen, pieces of me. We've helped, you ready for this, in 23 years? 800,000 people. 800,000, which would be what, a small town in Australia? 800,000. When I look at it, I go crazy because I started this 23 years ago. One person, that was me. And people like you are exactly what we want to be able to help. It's not a weight loss program. The weight loss is great, but if we can help improve you, that would be outstanding. So now are you excited to go to the website? Now, I will tell you this, they probably will, because it's going to be... they probably won't get back to you tonight. They'll probably get back to you tomorrow. But make sure, again, put in WhatsApp phone number, because otherwise they won't be able to get a hold of you. And the consultation's free. It's free. And the coaching is 100% free the whole time. Wow. Yeah. So let's say help, with an expression up here in the States, help is on the way. Okay? Tina Renee, 09 baby, followed live creator. Thank you, Tina. Thanks for being here. Okay, who else would like to? Wow, lots of taps. We're at 3,200 likes now. Now we're cooking with gas here, everybody. Okay, so who else would like to? Here's what I like to do for everybody. Okay, so first of all, I think you all can read that. She safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days via natural detox. So right away, it's not a diet. Number 2, she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle with no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years, and it's backed and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, which are on the website, which you can go for free to see, and we will not contact you. I want everybody to understand that. If you go to that website, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. But if you like what you see, you scroll all the way down, free consultation and free coaching. I'm not kidding you. It's not a gimmick. You buy nothing from us. You're buying food. That's it. Okay, you got it, everybody? Sweet Quest, you're there. Hello. I just saw you. I'm sorry. You know that I get so distracted. A lot of times I don't even look at the comments. Well, because the haters come on anyway. Oh my gosh. So Sweet Quest, how you doing? From time to time, everybody, people that are on it love to come on and just kind of give us an update, and we're always very appreciative when they do that. So Sweet Quest, I'm just curious as to how you're doing. All right, so any of the new people on here, are you curious? Do you want to know how she did that? It's not a diet. There was no exercise. There was no calorie counting. Nothing. All she did was did this detox, which is based on real food and a new way of eating that was developed by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the entire world. So, who else would like to ask me a question? Come on, everybody. This is for all of you. This is your chance. You literally tonight could hit the do-over button for the rest of your life. I'm going to say something right now. If you're on this podcast right now, for some of you, your lives will never, ever be the same again. Not because of me, but because of the research that we have to present, to give to you. It's not our research. We're bringing you the research of the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. And this protocol is now published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. There is no other protocol with even one shred of medical evidence. So if you're following these other people on TikTok or whatever it is, they don't have one shred of medical evidence. Not one shred. Sure, Life, what more do you want to know? I'm not sure. I thought I went over it. So you got 70%, 30% of your food, proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. You're going to get serving sizes. Very important. The other, to give you, I'll explain it to you, Life 112. The other, those foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, these researchers call the world's most perfect meals. They represent, to give you an idea of Life, about 400 different nutrients. 400. That's why it's a detox. And here's why. Because in order for your body to detox, Life, every night, well, for you, it'll be tomorrow morning when you go to sleep, as long as you don't eat too late before you actually go back to sleep, your body will automatically detox in a process you can look it up called autophagy, when your body gets rid of the dead cells. But even with the best organic food, the problem would be, to detox your body, it takes tremendous amounts of fuel or energy to run that mechanism, which is built into all of us. But in order to get it to reduce, to pull out these poisons inside the fat cells, it won't do it. The reason they went to these foods around the world is they could give you really small amounts of food involving very little digestion, but huge amounts of nutrition or fuel. So the reason it would never work, Life 112, is you'd have to eat to get enough nutrition. You'd be eating so much food, you'd never lose weight. Your body would never, because your body would be basically digesting the food. Here, it's almost pure nutrition, so there's almost nothing for the body to digest, and it turns on that mechanism supported by these tremendous amounts of nutrition. You could never do this with organic food, even if you grew it in your garden. It wouldn't work. So that's about the best explanation that I can give you to expand on how and why it works. It's not up for debate. We know absolutely that it's real, and it really, really does work. So Life, does that help? And obviously, too, Life, you can discuss it with the coaches. They've all been through it. They've done, et cetera. So who else would like to make a comment, or et cetera? So Rick D. Mullins, wow, I can't even pronounce it. Oh, you left. So who else would like to make a comment, add something to this, a question, whatever it might be? Again, any of you scrolling by, stop scrolling. She safely dropped 60 pounds in 90 days, all natural detox. She added 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and kept it off for 9 years. And it's backed and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, which are on that website, by the way. Well, not every one of them, but the big ones are on the website. And you get to see them. And there's nothing to hide. We don't contact you if you go to the website, everybody. It's free to go there. There's nothing to buy. It's pretty amazing. So who else would like to ask a question or make a comment? Or better yet, if you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. But you can see it right there, everybody. It's so amazing because of the fact, and she wasn't allowed to exercise, and it's the same woman. Please don't go down that road. She's the daughter of a friend of mine. Okay? So who else would like to comment or have us input? Pieces of me, yes. Well, let me explain something to you. 30%, let me explain it carefully. 30% of what you spent last month, you're going to get a grocery list at the grocery store. The other, let's call them nutrients, they're not supplements, okay? There's no pills. They come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, and your neighbors in New Zealand, believe it or not. So those are the other, but you buy directly from them. And like I said, most people feel it wouldn't work with anything but those. And it's the combination from those regions that put together what the researchers called pieces of me, the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. Does that make sense? From a nutritional standpoint. Do you have to go to ketosis? You go to mild ketosis, and that's an important part, because ketosis itself is still not a way to detox your body. So you go right to the edge of that. But remember, this is nutritionally supported. That's what's so different about this. You've got way less quantity of food, so almost very little digestion involved, but huge amounts of nutrition. Does that make sense to you, Life 1112? Again, don't try to compare this to anything. Can you comment a link to the nutritional product? It wouldn't help you because of the fact that they offer about 120 different, the researchers do, and there's only 5 that we use. And that's why you need the coaches to show you that. Does that make sense? 16 hours, Life, I'm not quite sure. Can you comment a link to the nutrition product? You're buying directly from them. You're buying nothing from the coaches, by the way, nothing, zero. So I'm a little confused by your question. Can you comment a link? Can you comment a link to the nutrition product? It's really not it's a system. It's not a nutritional product. It's a system. That's why it's so different than anything you've ever done before. The one thing I will tell you is that the 70% you would spend pieces of me, they'll give you 100% money back guarantee in the first 30 days if it doesn't work. In your situation, it's who's them? It's the people, well, part from your grocery store. I don't know what grocery store you shop in Australia, and the other one is from the other researchers that had gone around the world to find these in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. So it's up to you, pieces of me. If you're, I don't know what to tell you other than the fact you want to have a coach. This is not something like, oh, here's the grocery list. Oh, go order from the suppliers. That won't help you because it's the when you eat, how much you eat, when you eat. Do you want those results or not them? I mean, it really comes down to that. I mean, you're not an experiment. We've helped 800,000 people. And I was very excited to try and help you, especially with all those things going on. In the first 30 days, you get 100% money back guarantee on 70% of what you're going to buy. I would think that would be pretty intriguing. That's up to you. Do whatever you want to do. But again, no pieces, no. 30% from your local store, only 30%. The other 70% are from these other, from Russia, Mongolia, these other food groups. Look, it's free to do a consultation with the coach, and they'll explain everything to you, and they can screen share and actually show you. It's a little bit, here are the foods, like, okay, what foods am I going to buy from the grocery store? Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, right? And did you say you're pescatarian, or was that Life? Somebody said they were pescatarian, fish only. That's fine, no problem. But it's not just some, yeah, right, gotcha. Look, the coaching is 100% free. The consultation's 100% free. We all got coached. Make sense? I understand it's confusing. I'm a scientist. Sometimes I don't explain it as eloquently as, but again, like I said, if you put into the chat your challenges, I'll make sure you're with one of our medical professionals that would be there to answer your questions. And if you decide to do it, they'll coach you the whole time for free. Free. How much is the coaching? Free. How much is the consultation? Free. So the only thing you're buying is food. You got it? So who else would like to free energy? I think that is. Hello, Brino. Oh, people run. I call on them and then they're running away. I don't know why that is. Am I scary? Am I a scary person? I think I'm a pretty nice person. I'm a crazy neurotic researcher, but that doesn't make me a bad person, right? Right. Free coaching, 30% local stores, 70% nutritional food products from around the world. There you go. Yeah, she's telling you the coaches will advise you what those foods are. Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. None. No question about it. That's what I'm saying. This wouldn't work without coaches. It wouldn't work. It would be too hard to give you like a manual that you could follow, although you do get a manual actually, but it's not just a manual. Each one of these yellows, it's me, are They're daily videos from the researchers explaining to you why it's safe, why it works, etc. And you have a live coach as well. Does that make sense? Cool. So who else? Oh, we got new people all the time. Ms. Lobbins and 90 Suburban Bliss. Hello, hello. So this is a detox. Read the headline, everybody. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days, all natural detox. It is not a diet. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off 9 years, and it's published in 9 of the biggest medical journals in the world. No, it doesn't take long at all, as a matter of fact. No, it's Life 112. It's very easy to do it. Again, the coaches will go over all that with you. Yeah, the most important thing in life, I think, is to go to the website, look at the medical proof. If you're convinced, then let the coaches walk you through everything. They'll spend as much time as necessary to answer every single question. Thumbs up, great. Who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you're new to this podcast, what we do for you is that, first of all, the New Health Conversation is the name of the podcast. It's also the name of the website. You can go there at any time. You can see it at the top left, the little red heart, and to the right, the New Health Conversation. That's the website. It's also right above the picture in blue, the New Health Conversation. That's the free medical website to go there. We won't contact you, period. But if you like what you see, you scroll down, you get a free consultation and a free coach the whole time. It's not a gimmick. It's not the other shoe drop. That's how it works. Great. We're up to 3,200 likes. Come on, everybody. Tap on your screen. Tap on your screen. Let's get some more people going. Who else would like to? Again, if you'll put in there like Brino or Blessings, if you want to know if you're male or female, how tall you are. Well, you know how tall you are. I mean, we need to know how tall you are and your current weight, and we'll tell you how rapidly you can lose it. The New Health Conversation, is a movement. It was started 23 years ago by one person. That one person is me. We've helped 800,000 people. So all of you on here, you're not an experiment. We know what we're doing. We can give you within a pound or two how rapidly you can lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life, just like with her. 60 pounds in 90 days, no exercise, and she gained 6 to 9% lean muscle mass, and she's kept it off for 9 years. There's no diet that could be with us on planet Earth, because first of all, there is no diet or weight loss protocol in the world that's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, in the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Philosophy, Nutrients, the Nutrition Journal, Frontiers in Nutrition and Nature Communications. They're all there for you to go and see on the website. There's nothing to hide. We will not contact you if you go to that website. We will not do it. You're free to go there. It's free. And the only thing there is the medical proof. And if you like what you see, scroll down and you get a free consultation and a free coach the whole time. So again, like anybody, if you want to tell me, male or female, how tall you are, your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. I'll tell you right off the bat, you're going to lose probably as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on. That's the minimum. What you're looking at her are the minimum amounts. What she did is not exceptional. That's the average. You're looking at the average result because we want to under-promise and over-perform. It's really that simple. But keep in mind, everybody, this is not a diet, it's a detox. Do you all believe, for the people that are scrolling now, do you think we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? Here's what we do know. We're storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants inside our fat cells. And our fat cells are expanding. That's why, don't fall for this, that you've gained weight and that's why you have more fat. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with the same number of fat cells, and those fat cells can expand and contract over your lifetime. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no the gimmicks, tricks, bells, whistles. No. That's why and how this works. It's a detox. It has nothing to do. With counting calories. No one was allowed to exercise. And again, hello, 6 different ways. And great roach, is that correct? So the 6 different ways are Brino or Great Roach. If you want to tell me if you're male or female, how tall, your current weight, we'll tell you honestly how rapidly you can lose weight. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. It's not a diet. It's a detox. We didn't invent it. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world, and the results are published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. There is no other protocol, be it keto, paleo, Mediterranean, time-restricted eating, Cornish zone, any of those things. None of them have one shred of medical evidence, and the medical evidence that's out there is really pretty pitiful. As a matter of fact, I've got one of the big studies here. Let me read to all of you from it. So here's the title of the study: The Grand Myth of Traditional Diets, a Devastating Cycle of Failure and False Promises. Traditional diets, be they low-fat, low-carb, keto, carnivore, macrocarnivore sessions, or the latest fad, this time-restricted eating where you don't eat for 16 hours, you eat for 8, seduces millions of people with vows of dramatic weight loss and radiant health. But the brutal truth etched in decades of unyielding scientific evidence shatters this illusion. These diets deliver fleeting illusions of progress, followed by the inevitable regain of all the weight, negligible long-term medical benefits, and a hidden toll on your body by crucially losing your lean muscle mass 25 to 40%, slowing down your immune system and slowing down your metabolism. So they analyzed in this big study, they looked at the major sort of diet groups that you all would be trying. So they looked at low fat, low carb, keto diets, carnivore diets, macro counting, and time restricted eating over 12 months. 12 months. After 12 months on some of the diets, people only managed between 11 and 12 pounds in a year. The most amount of weight anybody lost was 16 pounds, and every single diet category, 25 to 40% of what they lost was lean muscle mass. That's why you gain all the weight back on these diets. Oh, you lose weight initially and then you plateau. You've always wondered why. Oh, it was the wrong diet. None of these damn diets work. I mean, again, there's so much evidence. Here's Harvard Medical School. Stop counting calories. We've been taught, this is Harvard Medical School. We've been taught that losing weight is a matter of simple math. Cut calories 3,500, you lose a pound. But as it turns out, experts are learning this decades-old strategy is totally misguided. They went on to say, the idea of a calorie in, calorie out when it comes to weight loss is not only antiquated, it's just wrong. This is Fatima Stanford, obesity specialist, Harvard Medical School. Drop the calories notion, Stanford said. It's time to concentrate on its inner food, not how much food we're consuming. That's Harvard Medical School. And then more. Here's from, this is from our people in Australia and New Zealand, our National Health Service. It's called Medicare. It's for what the people, once they've turned 65, the government pays for their insurance. They're trying to bring healthcare costs down. Listen to what they said. Medicare search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare reviewed studies of the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is an effective treatment for obesity. The researchers found that 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. Does that sound good to all of you, my good friends around the world? Diets don't work. As a matter of fact, somebody wrote a book about that. This book right here called Why Diets Are Failing Us. By the way, there's no books to buy on my website. I've written 4 best-selling books, some of the top medical doctors in the world. I did 20 shows on our public broadcast in the equivalent of your BBC. And I did 1,500 live lectures around the world, even in China. But COVID stopped all that. Thank God for TikTok. That's all I got to say. This is the forum now where I can bring this to all of you. Oh, Carisha Jennings, I'm 167, I'm 5'4". Okay, Carisha, good news for you. At 5'4", we want you to be 120. So you're going to be that's going to be 47 pounds. Okay, Carisha, the first 4 days, you're going to be down 5 or 6 pounds. Christmas, easily, without breaking a sweat, you're going to be 145 to 147. And by the end of January, you're going to be very close to 122, 123 within. So imagine by Christmas, imagine walking in on Christmas morning and you're like you're about 145. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. It's not a diet. No counting calories. No one's allowed to exercise. Carisha, give me some help here. Would you be excited with that? Again, I don't understand why the rest of you don't have me do an analysis for you. It's free, and you're not an experiment. We've helped 800,000 men and women over 23 years. When I'm giving you numbers, they're based on real scientific data that we have, and we didn't invent this. And for some of you, now, my friends in Australia won't know about this, but the people in the United States, this is the #1 women's magazine in the world, called Women's World. The cover, the 2 women on there, the blonde is a nurse, 57 years old. She lost 54 pounds, 27 kilos in about 2.5 months. Her mom is 81. She lost 50 kilos or 55 kilos, 110 pounds. They both have kept it off for 3.5 years. I coached both of them. This is the cover of the biggest women's magazine in the world. And this was June 9th of this year, so you can all Google it. Go on Google and find the issue. It's still available, I believe, online. And they wrote, look at this. They wrote a 2-page full article, The New Protein Miracle Diet. Well, there's no advert. I mean, you don't get on the cover of the #1 women's magazine in the world if it's not real. They don't want to, they're not going to advise to all their readers. Their readers are looking to them for real advice. And because this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, that's how come we got on there. We're the only ones with medical proof. Do you understand that, everybody? We're the only ones. So when I'm telling you, Keisha, about those numbers, it's based on real scientific proof. And Keisha, if you want to know more, here's the website to go to, the New Health Conversation. It's also above up there. I'm typing it right below your name so you can see it, Carisha. So you see that, the New Health Conversation? But also look at the very top, the little red heart up in the left-hand corner, to the right in red, the New Health Conversation, and right above her head, above the picture, the New Health Conversation in blue, that's a free website. That's our movement. It's a movement. It's not a company. We have nothing to sell you. You're going to buy food. There's no lotions, potions, pills. We don't have anything to sell you. 30% of what you're going to buy, Carisha, is at your grocery store. You get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, and fruits. And the other 70% of what you'd spend from last month's budget goes to these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand that represent huge amounts of nutrition in very, very small amounts of food. That's what makes this work. Carisha, I'm still waiting for you to comment on those numbers I just shared with you. Are you excited about that? I would hope you would be. I would hope that would startle you. So who else would like to ask a question? Or again, like Carisha did, if you're willing to tell me, are you male or female, how tall you are, and what your current weight is, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose. By the way, Carisha, you can keep the weight up for the rest of your life. She's kept it off for 9 years, 60 pounds in 90 days, which is 30 kilos, by the way, in 90 days, in 3 months. Who else would like me to give them an evaluation? Angela, or any of you? Is that Angela L or Angela I? I'm not quite sure. It's one of the two. And again, any of you, if you want to tell me you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you on this how rapidly you can lose weight. So who else would like to ask me a question? And again, anybody would like to tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight. Good, we're up to 4,900 likes. Come on, let's get some more taps. Let's blow through 5,000. This is life-changing, everyone. This is not a diet. This is about your lifestyle. This is about your future. This is about energy, sleeping better at night, less mental fog, perimenopause, menopause, people with PCOS. We have men and women with no thyroids. We have people with no gallbladders. They're losing weight like crazy. It's not a diet. It has nothing to do with counting calories, and no one was allowed to exercise. So again, who would like to put in the chat? If you'll tell me, a man or woman, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. So who else would like to ask me a question? Or give me the numbers and I'll give you the numbers. But in the meantime, let's just talk about, okay, this is a detox. It is not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. It's not about counting calories, and no one was allowed to exercise. Do you all believe, of the people that are listening right now, or you're just coming on, do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and you believe you're toxic? Because you are. We know medically that we're storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants inside of our fat cells, and that's why you have all the bloating that you complain about. It's not because you gain weight and you add fat to your body. That's a lie. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with a certain number of fat cells, and your fat cells expand or contract, and obviously there they contracted for her. See, that's the thing, Carisha and everybody else. Most women on this will lose a whole dress size in 7 days with no exercise. None of these people were allowed to exercise because they didn't want exercise to be an outlier. Otherwise, you say, oh, they lost diet. It was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with diet and exercise. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Or if you want to And it's based on food, by the way, everybody. There's no products. There's no product. We're not selling you anything. You're buying food from your grocery store, 30% of what you spent last month, and 70% from these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, if that makes sense. And you can see the website. I put it right at the bottom for all of you, the New Health Conversation. If you go there, you get a free code. Hello, Maka and KK World and Simone Harper. So if any of you would like, if you'll tell me, well, I guess they wouldn't like. They don't like me. Okay, sorry. But any of you, if you want to tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose weight on this. It's not a diet. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years, so you're not an experiment. We know exactly what we're doing. And I will tell you right now as a preview, like Mocha, you'll lose as much weight on this in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on, and you just won't even believe how much weight you can lose and keep it off. You can see there she lost 60 pounds in 90 days. She's kept it off for 9 years, gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, didn't work out, was not allowed to work out, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So it's up to all of you. If you want me to do a quick evaluation, I'll do it. We don't sell you anything, but we'll coach you for free. The coaching is free. So who else would like to make a comment or ask me a question? God and time. So again, would any of you like to know? So let me give you the brief rundown on this. It was invented by the top weight loss researchers in the world. They had done over 100 studies over 40 years, thousands of people, never found a diet where people lost weight and kept it off forever. That never happened. So they invented this, and it was based on principles they learned from these people in these blue zones. If you don't know what that is, those areas in the world where many people live to be over 100 years old, no one's overweight, and no one is sick for the most part. And what they did, they figured out that the key to life was really pretty simple. It's not how much food you had on your plate, it's how much the food you were consuming had nutritionally. So they were able to put together a food list that you would all get for free. You take it to your grocery store, but only 30% of what you spent last month would come from your grocery store, organic or whole food, and you'd get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables that would be 30% of whatever you spent. That's all you're going to need to buy this month. The other 70% you'd spend comes from these other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, and New Zealand to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and really small amounts of food. And that's what made this work. And they were able to prove through, this is the most intense, extensive medical research that's ever been done in history on diet, nutrition, and weight loss. And they proved it through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis. This is a detox. First and foremost, it's a detox, and that's why she shrank. So any of you that are on here now for the first time, you are toxic whether you know it or not. We're all breathing, drinking, eating herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon, and the body is protecting you by taking the chemicals and stuffing them in your fat cells. That's why you have all the bloating. You would think it's, oh, I gained weight, I gained fat. You didn't gain any fat at all. Your fat cells can expand or contract. You're born with the same number throughout your life. So it's a total lie when they tell you can burn fat at the gym or you can burn on a diet. That's total nonsense. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist medically. So there's so many myths out there that you're all following, and then you wonder why you lose weight and you gain it all back. There's no diet out there. As a matter of fact, I can read it to you right here, why you shouldn't count calories. Our researchers found the truth is calorie counting is a terrible approach. This is not me. These are other researchers. Truth is calorie counting is a terrible approach for weight loss. While counting calories and restricting calories can help you lose weight in the short term, the approach has never been proven to keep weight off long term. What's even worse, 2/3 of people that try to count or restrict calories gain back more weight than they lost. Counting calories increases chronic psychological stress and cortisol production, two factors that are known to cause weight gain. Another big study, the science behind why diets don't work. Our researchers found, despite all the ads that say otherwise, it's very rare for people to lose weight and keep it off for good. Not only that, 2/3 of people who diet regain more weight than they originally lost, ending up at a higher weight than where they started. A review of more than 30 long-term studies show that going on a diet actually causes weight gain. The more diets someone has tried, the more they will weigh. So this is the medical proof telling you, stop dieting, stop counting calories. It's nuts. Your body doesn't know what a calorie is, do you? I didn't know what calories were 25 years ago. I've done 1,000 podcasts. I've had 15 people ever give me the definition of a calorie. Why in the hell are we counting calories? Because someone told us to. But there's no medical proof behind it. There's no way. Your buddy has no, you might as well count sheep. Your buddy has no idea what a calorie is. It's the most ridiculous thing on the planet. Your hunger does not come from lack of calories. Your hunger can only come from one thing. Lack of what? Nutrition. That's what this is all about. I didn't invent it. I had nothing to do with that. This is going to change the world. It's going to make every single diet out there completely obsolete. And again, I would ask any of you, if you want, tell me male or female, how tall you are and what you currently weigh, and we'll tell you how. Look, we've helped 800,000 people. We have the data on 800,000 people. We can tell you within a couple pounds on this based on your height and weight how rapidly you can lose it. Most of you are going to lose as much weight in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on in your lifetime. That's what you should be concentrating on, is sustainability, is the ability to keep your weight off and to detox your bodies. So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Or again, I don't know why people are being so shy. Maybe they think it's fake. Maybe they don't think it's real. It's real, all right. It's absolutely real. It's like I said, that these results, the protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. That's what's called irrefutable medical proof. As a researcher, that's what we look to. We look, is there medical proof? None of these other diets have one shred of medical evidence. Doesn't that concern you? You're turning your health over to nice people. They're chattering with no, and actually MDs, PhDs, weight loss coaches, fitness, whatever. They don't have a shred of medical evidence. Not a shred, not a scintilla of medical evidence. What are you all doing? Why are you counting calories? Does that make any sense? I mean, I'd challenge anybody to give me the actual medical definition of a calorie. I didn't know what they were 25 years ago. The whole thing is upside down and backwards and sideways and out of control. Worldwide, we have 2.5 billion people overweight and 1 billion clinically obese. Does that sound like diets are working to any of you? This is the solution. It's not a sales gimmick. It's published. It's published in these huge medical journals. So who else would like to know? If you'll tell me how tall you are and how much you currently weigh, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. I just don't understand why we don't have more viewers. It really frustrates me. The public is so desperate for a solution, and here it is, right there, and people are scrolling by and going and following these influences that are giving them a bunch of nonsense. Like this time-restricted eating is total nonsense. Nonsense. It doesn't work long term. It's never, ever been proven to work. And again, this blows it away. Blows it away. It's not even close. And this is a detox. Listen, how come time-restricted eating doesn't have peer-reviewed human trial medical studies? Because the medical studies that have been done on it are pitiful. I'll give you an example. Here's the Journal of the American Medical Association, a 3-month study on this. Use fast for 16 hours, eat for 8. Here's what they said. Our research, the Journal of the American Medical Association, found that overweight adults who were assigned to routinely fast 16 hours a day and eat in an 8-hour window over 3 months gained no benefit from it, lost 2 to 3 pounds, and the weight they lost was lean muscle mass. Well, they're telling you can lose 20 pounds in a month and most of it's fat. Total lie. There's no such thing as losing fat. No. You're going to lose fat through surgery or liposuction. That's it. We're just, what the hell? You've got the proof. You can go and see it on the website. It's free to go there for all of you. It's free to go. It's right at the bottom. It's also at the top, the little red heart, the New Health Conversation. Any of you can go there. Isn't anybody curious? I mean, you're all following these ridiculous diets that are you might as well run into a building at 100 miles an hour. You're not going to lose weight and keep it off. I don't care what you think. Go to in the United States, it's called Barnes & Noble. Go there and look at how many diets there are. If any of those worked, if any, why do we have so many diets? Because none of them work. So people keep, paleo didn't work, now I'm going to do keto. Oh, really? Now I'm going to do time-restricted eating. Oh, now I'm going to do Cornish. Oh, now I'm going to count macros. Another bunch of nonsense. As a matter of fact, counting macros, I've got it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Let me see what they found in counting macros. Okay, macro counting. 10 10 to 14 pounds in a year. In a year. She lost 60 pounds in 90 days. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. I mean, our job is just to make you aware. Because if you go to the website, we're not even going to contact you. You go to the website, it's free to go there. Oh, Kanisha. Oh, sweet quest. In a month, I lost 18 pounds, but I'm 235. It does work. Great. There's someone doing it, everybody. So who else would like to ask me a question? So we got Angela, we got Travel Man. Well, Travel Man's gone. Mocha. It's just so crazy to me. This is the only medical proof in the world, and you have it right at your fingertips, and you can go to the website and see the medical proof for free, and we won't even contact you. And if you like what you see, just scroll down. We have nothing to sell you. There are no products. You're going to buy food and a new way of consuming it. And 30% of your food from the grocery and 70% from these exotic locations in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. We don't sell you anything. You buy directly from the researchers who went to those regions for 20 years and brought back these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and very small amounts of food. Does that make sense to everybody? How? Well, that's a 3-star. How? Well, first of all, how? And you don't have to, but if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose it, and then I'll explain to you. It's a detox. It's not a diet. Has nothing to do with calorie counting. No one here was allowed to exercise. Absolutely not. And the other question I would ask you, how do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe that you are toxic along with the rest of us? What we do know for sure how is we're drinking, we're breathing, we're eating toxins. And some of those toxins are poisons like herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon and flame retardants. And as we ingest them, 54290. Okay. So let me do that for you first. So at 54290, 54, we'd want you to be 120. That's 170 pounds. Don't be discouraged here. First of all, in the first 4 days, 54, you're going to probably lose 8 to 10 pounds. By Christmas, you're probably going to be 260. By the end of January, you'll probably be around 225 to 230. So let's go with 230. Or 220, sorry. 220 down to 120, that's 100 pounds. Easily, let me do the math for you here. So February, March, April. By May, you absolutely will be like 120, 125 at the most. Tell me how excited you'd be about it. Now I'm going to explain to you how this is possible. But first, give me a comment. What do you think about those numbers? Oh, you're 190. Okay. Typo. All right. But still, 5'4", we'd want you to be 120. That's 70 pounds. Okay, let's redo the numbers. By Christmas, you're going to be between 165 and 170. Let's go with 170. By the end of January, no problem. You're going to be close to 145 to 150. We want you at 120. So at 150, you got 30 pounds more to lose. By mid-March, you will be 120. I'm not kidding you. Tell me, put it in the chat. How excited would you be about those numbers in that time frame? And understand, you're not an experiment. The new health conversation, do you see it above her head in red and blue right above the picture and also at the top? That's the free website. Well, again, this is what you need to do. You need to go to this website, hold on just a second. Let me type it in here. You go to the new health conversation. It's not a diet, it's a detox. And I just put it in the chat. It's going to be right below your name. You'll see it there. Photoshop, take a picture of the new health conversation. It's the free medical website. If you go there, we won't contact you. The only thing there, 3-star, is the medical proof. But if you like what you see, scroll down. You get a free consultation and a free coach the whole time. You're buying no products. There are no products to buy. 30% of what you're going to buy at your grocery store. You're going to get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. But instead of calorie amounts, you're going to get serving sizes based on how much nutrition is in those foods. We didn't invent it. It was invented by the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. The other 70% of what you spent last month, you would buy from these other researchers who went, listen to this, 3-star, to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, and brought back these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and really small amounts of food. And that's critical, important to detox. So again, 3-star, I didn't give you a chance to answer. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? Because if you don't, there's a new medical syndrome. that's registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office, called the Detox syndrome. This stands for toxins in our world caused by the lack of enough nutrition to get rid of them, overweight and stress. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. Every person in the world, including you, has Detox syndrome. Invented, discovered by Peter Greenlaw. Who's that? Oh, that's me. So I discovered a medical syndrome that every person in the world has, 3-star. So I kind of know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm well respected. I've written 4 best-selling books. I've done 20 shows on PBS. And the New Health Conversation, which is a movement, is a movement. There's nothing to buy there. It's only the medical proof for you to see. I started it 23 years ago. We've helped, ready for this 3-star? 800,000 people. So you're not an experiment. The numbers I gave you are based on medical data over 23 years, 800,000 people. We know within a couple pounds based on your height and how much weight, that's how fast you can get the weight off. That's why it's really important that you gave me those numbers. And so, are you excited, 3-star? Are you excited? Now, let me tell you a couple more things, all right? This is really even better. So take whatever you spent last month total on food. This is food you're going to buy. You're going to get a grocery list. You're going to take it to your grocery store. Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits and vegetables. And those are based on serving sizes, not calorie amounts. You got it? The other 70% you're going to buy from the other, not from us, we have nothing to sell you. These other researchers had gone, they physically had gone to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand to find these foods with huge amounts of nutrition and very small amounts of food, which is why this is a detox, right? So now, the next thing, we're going to get coached for free. Why? Because how you consume this is how you're going to be able to detox your body. Does that make sense? Oh my God, tremendous with PCOS, tremendous. We got people with no thyroids, everybody. PCOS, oh my God, you're gonna love it. It's absolutely perimenopause, menopause. People with no thyroids that had their cancer, had their thyroids removed. We have people with no gallbladders. No, this is not a diet, everybody. It's a way to get you back on the health path. And if you are suffering from PCOS, my God, this can help you tremendously. Tremendously. We're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or preventing any medical conditions, but we know based on But understand, everybody, it's published in the 10 biggest medical journals in the world. It's safe, it's real, and it just makes your body work better by detoxification. Now let's talk about the detox. So you got the foods now, 3-star, and everybody else, including you. I'm not quite sure of your name, Ahefa, Ali, whatever. You know, my PCOS person. Okay, now listen to me. What happens is this. That 5 days a week, you're going to eat 4 meals a day, 3-star, and everybody else. 4. You start with these exotic foods from around the world, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. That's your breakfast. Lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and a 4th meal after dinner, these world's, what the research called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. It's not optional. You got to have 4 meals a day, 5 days a week until you lose the weight. 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world, but this time you're going to eat 8 times a day. You're going to eat every hour and a half to 2 hours. Now, why is it so critical? Here's why. Let me pause. Every night, did you all know you detox every single night when you go to sleep, as long as you don't eat too late? Once digestion slows, your body automatically begins the detox process called autophagy, when your body gets rid of all the dead cells, okay? The researchers figured they could do this when people were awake. So what they did, by letting her eat 8 times a day, she was getting really small amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition. So they all but suspended digestion, and her body detoxed. Now, how do they know it? They did the most extensive medical research that's ever been done in history. And what they did was this. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, proving this was assisting her body in removing these poisons. That's why she shrank so much. That's why people all the time tell me, oh, they switched women. Of course, it's a different woman. The hell it is. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. You lose 60 pounds in 90 days, you're going to look a lot different. But look at someone here who only had 30 pounds to lose. Look at that 3-star, 21 pounds and 38 inches in a month. But look at her stomach on day 1. Look at her stomach on day 30. 3-star, you're going to lose a whole dress size in a week with no exercise. And then this is extreme. 35 pounds in 37 days. We're not going to promise you that, but obviously it happens. But look at how her whole body shrank because of the detox. No exercise. They wear Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Now, 3-star, what do you think? Now, what do you think? Are you all excited about this? Are you excited about a completely different life you can have? It's not a diet, and it's sustainable. She's kept it off for 9 years. I lost 40 pounds, 20 kilos in 7 weeks, 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. Hello? Are you with me, everybody, or not? So are you a 3-star? Are you excited? Are you totally excited? And do you understand where to go? And also you, Effie, look, and make sure if you do go to the website, and I'm sorry, I just don't know how to pronounce your name, the PCOS lady. You got to understand, if you go to that website, we're not going to contact you. The only way we'll contact you, you scroll down, you get a free coach and a free presentation. But put in the chat, when you fill out the form, put in that you have PCOS, and we'll make sure we get you someone who deals with people, one of our coaches who deals with people with PCOS. But like I said, we have people with no thyroid. You can't lose weight with no thyroid, except on this you can. How about no gallbladder? I'll do something for all of you, okay? So, whether it's 3-star or any of you, Mocha, give me a guess. I have a young woman in Florida. She's 5 feet tall. She's 30 years old. No gallbladder, 265 pounds. Do you see what I'm saying? 265. Anybody, I'd love for you to put in the chat. In 6 months, 265, 5 feet tall. How much weight do you think she lost in 6 months? I'd love for anybody to put it in the chat. Now, this is almost our record, but I want you to understand. So please, someone comment. So she's 5 feet tall, 265 pounds, 6 months. How much weight do you think she lost? And by the way, she's kept it off now for 2.5 years. So come on, somebody, make a guess. Let's make this fun. Come on, it's interactive. I don't feel like I don't want to just be talking to myself. I talk to myself all day long this is my 4th podcast, I think, today. So I'm now at 3 hours on this one. 100 pounds, good. Mocha, 100 pounds. Okay, actually, you're not bad. Listen, ladies, she lost 165 pounds in 6 months, and she's kept it off for 2.5 years. Did you hear what I said? With no loose skin. 165 pounds in 6 months. Now, granted, that's like a record, but the fact is even possible. Tell me your reaction to that, Mocha or 3-star. Is that just crazy, nuts, good? You think her life is different? Now, she had 3 little boys. She couldn't get down on the floor and play with them at 5 feet at 265 pounds. Now she can. It's changed her whole life. This is not a diet, everybody. This is a lifestyle that's sustainable. Like I said, she's kept it off for, I think it's 2.5 years now. Isn't that remarkable? Isn't that crazy but good? Mocha, isn't that? Yeah, it's great. Yes, she's 100 pounds. That's exactly right. She's 100 pounds. Yep, exactly. Well, she's 5 feet tall. So any of you on here, if they were 5 feet tall, we'd say, hey, our goal for you would be 100 pounds, because that's about what people should weigh. See, people get distorted, 3-star and also Mocha, because we're used to diets. Would you both agree, Mocha or 3-star? If you were going to lose 20 pounds, say you don't know anything about this, pick any diet, any trainer, anything. How long, be honest with me, how long would you give yourself to lose 20 pounds? Any of you? I always love this question because it just shows that we're so programmed to mediocrity when it comes to our health and weight loss. We're accepting less than lifestyles. Why? Because we don't know what else to do. So again, would either one of you like to, or anybody, comment if you were going to lose 20 pounds, how long would you give yourself? On any diet, any exercise, anything you want to do. Tell me how long you'd go. But I hope this is exciting, all of you, Mocha and 3-star. Go to the website and see the medical proof. Go and see it, and then get a free coach if that's what you want to do. We will not contact you. That we won't. If you go there, we're not going to. No, the only way we'll contact you is if you contact us, because we want you to have the freedom to go and see the medical proof. Does that make sense? At least 3 months. Yeah, that's. You know what, 3-star, that's the normal answer that I get. What about you, Mocha? What would you say? But I've had 6 months as well. And I've had so many people, like they're on the shots, they've been on it for 5 or 6 months, they lost like 5 pounds, and now they can't lose any more weight. They've stalled out. Okay, Mocha, but have you been able to keep it off? And how long ago was that before when you lost that? I mean, that's great, but I would promise you that if you stop, yeah, but I did gain some back, of course. But on this, they're keeping it off, well, in that case, for 9 years. That's what you want to be doing. But you got to understand, if you want to really see 30 days, look at what Julie did. 35 pounds in 37 days, that's a pound a day. There's nothing like this. And also, Mocha, on the shot, you still have to buy food. It's not just the cost of the shot, it's also the cost of the food. So this is way cheaper than the shot and food. Way cheaper. Way cheaper. And the results are way better. Yeah, because, again, there you go. Exactly. You're proving my point. We have every person, Mocha, who's coming off the shot, they're gaining as much as a half a pound a day, over and over. We're working with a bunch of spas here in Denver. I think we've got 700 or 800 people that we've been counseling. Every one of them. And the other thing you have to understand, Mocha, that 40% of what you lost was lean muscle mass. That's not an opinion on my part. Here's a huge study in the New England Journal of Medicine, Mocha. Once weekly semaglutide, 68 weeks. Now, you did way better than they did. But after 68 weeks on semaglutide, people only managed 32 pounds of weight loss and 40% was lean muscle mass. So again, what happened, they may have lost more weight initially, but at the end of 68 weeks, the net weight loss was only 32 pounds. And of what they lost, Mocha, was 40% was lean muscle mass. I hate to tell you, but that's what's happened to you on the shot. Everybody on the shot is losing tremendous amounts of lean muscle, because it's nutritional bankruptcy. That's really what it boils down to. And your body, when your brain senses not enough nutrition, has nothing to do with calories, your brain will begin to use your muscles for fuel. And as you burn your muscles, it slows down your metabolism. That's why you're gaining all the weight back and will. It's not up for debate. That's what's happening. So the shots temporarily, they did. So who else would like to make a question or make a comment or whatever? And so, Mocha, you understand you can go to that website for free, and we're not going to contact you. I just want to make sure you're clear. You've been very quiet. It's fine. I just typed it in for you again. There it is. And keep in mind, Mocha, what you're doing here, you're eating food, but you're eating in a different way, in a different sequencing, etc. And also, I'll tell you, the shots, Mocha, they didn't remove a gram of poison from your body. They didn't lower inflammation. They didn't do any of the other things that this is doing. We have the medical proof to back it up. So you see it right there, the New Health Conversation. So Mocha, are you clear? You can go there. We're not going to call you. We're not going to harass you. It's 100% based on your going there and deciding if you want to coach, you can get it or not. I mean, you've hung in there. I want to really appreciate you. I've seen you hung in there. You've been with me for quite a while, so obviously I said something that's of interest to you. Mocha, do me a favor if you don't mind. This will help me out. What was it about that particular picture or the words? What gets you to stop to listen to this podcast? And the reason I ask you, the New Health Conversation is the movement I started. We want to help as many people as we can. So we keep trying to figure out what are the best words, pictures, whatever, to get people just to stop and listen to the medical proof. So what was it, if you don't mind putting it in the chat, what was it about that, or what any part of that gets you to stop? Because you've been on for quite a while. I'm very pleased. I'm very happy that you've done that. So the words in red, yeah, that's the New Health Conversation. That's what got you to stop, because you thought it was intriguing, the New Health Conversation. I mean, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Huh. So you understand that is the website where you can go to, correct? You understand that, Mocha? And one of the things that's on there, Mocha, is it's called 60 Minutes That'll Change Your Life. It's a 60-minute interview podcast with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. And he said unequivocally in the research, they'll never recommend any type of traditional diet again to anybody, including the shots, based on what they learned. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So who else would like to ask me a question? But Mocha, have you found what I've shared with you to be of value, of interest? Have you ever heard any of these things before? I would really doubt it. I haven't seen anybody else. And again, drop 60 pounds. That's what did it, right? So it was drop 60 pounds in 90 days. You're saying the words in red are the website you know to go to, correct? So okay, I'm clear now. Sorry, I was confused. But have you found this to be very, very informative? And are you aware of anybody else anywhere on social media with any peer-reviewed human trial medical studies? Are you aware of anybody that's out there doing this. Hello, D.D. Grams. Hello, D and D.D. Grams. So we're talking about how did she drop 60 pounds in 90 days, and it's not a diet, it's a detox. She gained 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Nobody else has this in the entire planet. So D or DD Grams, what I've been doing for people, hi D, I'm saying hi to you. If D or DD Grams, if you'd like to, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. Now, rather than you think I'm just making numbers up, the New Health Conversation is a movement. It was started 23 years ago by one person. That one person was me. We've helped 800,000 people, D and DD Grams, in 23 years. We can give you an accurate number. DD, I'm saying hello to you too. That's cool. We got a D and a DD both at the same time. That's great. So what I'd like to do for you is give you, now remember, we have 800,000 people, men and women, we've monitored. We have the medical data. We can tell how tall you are, how much you currently weigh. We'll tell you within a pound or two how rapidly you can lose weight. I'll give you the bottom line. You're going to lose as much weight typically in 4 days as in 6 weeks of any diet you've ever been on in your life, and you're going to be able to keep it off for the rest of your life. So if you would, okay, 6 feet 210, DD. All right, so 6 feet 210. Wow, you're very tall. I would say we'd be very happy with you at about 145. So that's going to be 145 is going to be about 65 pounds, okay? So 65 pounds. Okay, so Dee Dee, first of all, in the first 4 days, you're probably going to lose 8 or 10 pounds, just to let you know. Easily by Christmas, I'm going to see you at about 285. And then by the end of January, you're going to be 265, and easily by mid-February, you should be around 140, 150 max. D, tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers. We see it, and that's without any exercise. It's not a diet. There's no lotions, potions, pills. It's food. 30% of what you would consume. You'd get a grocery list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables, developed by the people who invented this, not us, who are the top weight loss nutrition physiologists in the world. So take your food budget last month, take 30% of those dollars. That's all you're going to buy at the grocery store. The other 70% of the money left will buy these exotic foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand that represent huge amounts of nutrition in very small quantities of food, which is why this allows you to detox. First of all, DD, how excited would you be about those numbers? Put it in the chat for me. Make me smile, make me happy. Would that just blow your mind, the numbers I just shared with you? And D, do you want to know also, if you'll tell me your height and weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. You're not an experiment. We've worked with 800,000 people. We know about, yes, D, you're saying yes, right. Now, all of you can go. Here's the website again. I'm going to put it in the chat at the very bottom. I think I am anyway. Hold on a second. Yeah. The New Health. It's also right above in the red letters at the very top above her name, above her head. Well, above her head's in blue, and then also. So it's I put an S on it. It's not the New Health Conversations. It's conversations. Sorry about that, but I think you can figure it out. So again, TD, you understand it's a detox. Now, what am I talking about? We're living. We get a drink of water. We're living in an incredibly toxic world. Did you ladies see last week, Starbucks coffee, 1 cup, you're getting 25,000 microplastics in each cup of coffee. And 4 months ago, they come out, they're finding microplastics in our brain and in our coronary arteries. But we're also, we know, storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon in what's called our visceral fat. The visceral fat is the fat around our organs. And those fat cells, to accommodate the fat cells, to accommodate the poisons, expand. See, don't ever think you've gained weight and the weight you've gained has, the fat has increased. It hasn't. There's no such thing. You're born with a certain number of fat cells, you die with the same number of fat cells, and your fat cells can expand or contract in your lifetime. Nothing else. Everything else is nonsense. It's just nonsense. Does that make sense to both of you? And the key to this is detoxification. And how did they prove it? They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and realized, and I'll tell you how they did it, that this was removing poisons from your body. So 5 days a week, you have 4 meals a day. You heard me, 4 meals a day. You start with these exotic foods from around the world, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. lunch from your grocery store list, dinner from your grocery store list, and a fourth meal after dinner, these foods from around the world. Then 2 days a week, here's the detox. Nothing from your grocery store. Only these exotic foods around the world, but this time you would be eating 8 times a day. You'd be eating every hour and a half to 2 hours, so between 12 and 16 hours, you'd consume these foods. Now, why that's important is they're then able to give you much smaller amounts of food, but huge amounts of nutrition. And that's what makes this work. See, last night or tonight, when we all go to sleep, as long as we don't eat too late, once the body's done digesting food, it automatically starts a detox process called autophagy, when the body gets rid of the dead cells. But through normal circumstances, with normal food, there's not enough power to be able to pull the poisons out of our fat cells. That's why you need those foods from around the world with huge amounts of nutrition and very small amounts of food, because now you're consuming really small, tiny amounts of food that slow down your digestive tract to allow you to detox, but you need the fuel that's in these foods to fuel you. So that's it. The main reason to do this is not to lose weight. The main reason to do this is to detoxify your body, period. So it's really pretty amazing when you look at it from that perspective. So anyway, hopefully that makes perfect sense to all of you. Anyway, who else would like to ask me a question? Anybody? Would anybody like to ask a question while we still have time? Yes or no? So does that make sense, D and DD? Does that make sense to both of you? And you understand where you can go to see the medical proof? Yes? Yes? Okay, where do I need to go? Oh, there's where I need to go. Okay, I need to go here. And let's see. Okay. How to remove. I don't want to remove them. I want to block them. How do I do that? Remove. Okay. Huh. That's really weird. Anyway, everybody, the bottom line is that this is not a diet. It doesn't work anything like a diet. It's 100% safe, and it's proven in 10 of the biggest. Oh, Doug Bueller. Okay, I'll answer that for you here in just a moment. Okay, moderation reactions. Okay, feedback. Let's see. Okay, so basically, Doug, take your total monthly food budget, whatever that was, and that's about what you're going to spend. 30% at your grocery store and 70% from these exotic foods from around the world. Does that make sense? Anyway, so does that make sense to you, Doug? Oh, D, you go to the website and you get, on the website, there's nothing to buy. Let me show you the new health conversation. It's not about the food list, okay? It's about the foods, but when you consume them, how much you consume them, etc. And it allows you, so the new health, there, I'm posting it right below your name. Doug, do you understand where you can go to get the free coaching and a free consultation? It's right there, the new health conversation. The same thing for UD or for DD. You go to that, the new health conversation. You'll get a free consultation. A coach will give you the grocery list you take to your grocery store and show you how to buy these other exotic foods from around the world. You don't buy anything from us. We have no products for sale. You're buying directly from these other researchers who went to Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Doug, I'm curious if you've been on for a while. But Doug, did I do an analysis for you, Doug? If you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose the weight and keep it off. I don't know if you were on one of my earlier podcasts today, but if not, I'm happy to do it for you. So put it in the chat for me, Doug, if you'd like me to do it, or if I already did it, then there's no point in being redundant and doing it twice. And obviously, if you go to the website, we're not going to contact you unless you contact us. D, thank you, so you know where to go. Oh, 572, okay, Doug. All right, so Doug, 572, okay, we'd want you to be about 160, well, ironically, it's about 100 pounds. Doug, you're going to probably lose, in the first 4 days, you'll probably lose 8 to 10 pounds, just to give you an idea. Easily, by Christmas, I would see you between 225 and 230. By the end of January, you're going to be probably 220. Let's see. So I brought you down to 220. You're probably going to be about 195. Let's go 195 by the end of January. So 195 down to 160, 35 pounds. I would say February and probably the first or second week in June, second week in March, you'll be 160. Tell me how excited you'd be about that, Doug. And you got to understand, you're going to gain 6 to 9% lean muscle even if you don't exercise, and you're going to have energy through the moon. You're going to sleep better. Aches and pains will go down. Remember, it's a detox, Doug. It is not a diet. Does that make sense? D, I'm 140. I'm 5'5". Okay, at 5'5", we want you to be 120, 20 pounds. D, you're going to lose 4 or 5 pounds in 4 days. Christmas, you're going to be 120. I mean, that's just nothing. That's a wahoo. Oh, Doug, you're excited about that. D, tell me how excited you'd be Christmas Day if you're 120. How much would that excite you? A lot? D, comment. I want to know. And also, D, by the way, Doug, you're going to lose 2 to 4 inches off your waist in the first 7 days. Did you hear what I said, Doug? 2 to 4 inches off your waist. D, you're going to drop a whole dress size in a week. I know, D, but it's normal. It's not. Look, D, here's proof for you. This lady right here, she had 30 pounds to lose. She lost 21.2 pounds in 30 days. So that's why you've got almost 6 weeks till Christmas. I'm being very conservative, D. I'm being very conservative. So there's no way you're not going to be at those numbers. I mean, that would be very unusual if you didn't get there by Christmas. But think of it, D, what kind of a Christmas present would that be to yourself to walk in on Christmas morning at 120? Tell me in the chat. Woo, okay, I see it now. Doug, isn't it amazing? And Doug, you understand the principle. It's a detox. It's not a diet. It's nothing to do with counting calories. And you can certainly exercise if you want to, but you would discuss that with the coaches. The reason the coaches are so important is they're going to show you exactly what to do, when to do, how much to eat, etc. It's all laid out for you. Isn't that cool? Hans, hello Hans, Plasmayer. What we've been talking about, Hans, is this is a detox. It's not a diet. There's no counting calories, and no one was even allowed to exercise. But the weight loss is so dramatic because of the detox. So Hans, if you want to, if you'll tell me how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly and safely you can lose weight. I was just on with another gentleman right there. He's totally blown away by how much weight he can use even between now and Christmas. So if you want to put it in the chat, again, I need to know how tall you are and your current weight. And Hans, understand, the new health conversation is not a diet. It's a movement. There's no products to buy. We don't have any products. But the new health conversation, we've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. 800,000, Hans. So you're not yeah, I'm sure you would, D. And then you're going to be able to keep it off. And remember, D, the coaching is really important because they're going to show you exactly how to do it. They've all done it themselves. Nobody that's a coach didn't do this, and they've had amazing results. And they were, oh, you gave me a heart. Thank you, Dee. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Do you understand, DD and D, you could have a completely different life by Christmas time? How great would that be for both of you? I mean, you got to understand, again, D, take your total food budget for last month. Take 30% of those dollars. That's all you're going to spend at the grocery. The other 70 pretty much pay for the foods from these exotic foods. Maybe you're going to spend $25 more a week. Obviously, it depends on your food budget. And then once you get the maintenance, it's really, you're having breakfast every morning, the world's most perfect food. It's like about $4 a day for breakfast. But you got to understand, you don't need any supplements moving forward. You need no supplements. Once you get to even before maintenance, this contains over 400 different nutrients. 400, D, 400. Right, I know, DD, exactly. It would be awesome. Now, Baba, hello, Baba. You joined us. We were just talking about how quickly this is not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. It's a detox. So, Baba, if you wanted to tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. We've been going over and over with people and giving them the numbers on what's available to you. You don't have to, but look, she lost 60 pounds in 90 days via natural detox, added 6 to 9% lean muscle, no workouts, and she's kept it off for 9 years, and it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. How much would that excite you? Again, if you want to, hello, Vivian's. Oh, Vivian's gone. But Baba, if you'd like to, okay, current weight, and how tall are you, Baba? That's what I need to know. Please, and are you male or female? And keep in mind, you're not an experiment. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. We have the medical data. What I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be within a pound or two of how rapidly and quickly you can lose the weight. But I do need to know, are you male or female and how tall you are? And then I'll give you the numbers. 5'6" female. Okay, great. 5'6". All right, at 5'6", we'd want you to be about 130. That's 61 pounds. Okay, Baba, you're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. Christmas, easily. Christmas, you're going to be between 165 and 170. By the end of January, you're going to be very, very close to 150, maybe even a little bit below. But to get you down to, say, 140, easily by, I'd say second week in February, you're going to be like 140. Baba, tell me how excited you'd be about that. Put it in the chat for me. It's my adrenaline. It keeps me going when I hear how excited people are about these numbers. And understand, Baba, I'm not making it up. We have the New Health Conversation. We've helped 800,000 people. 800,000 people in 23 years. 800,000. And we know that you can also keep it off. So it's not a matter you're just going to lose. Look, she lost all that weight and she's kept it off for 9 years. And it's in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. I have them right here and they're on their website. So if you go to the website, let me put it in the chat. And yeah, I figured, look, here's where you go. The New Health Conversation. It's a free medical, okay, let me post it for you. Just make sure you can read that, the New Health Conversation. Baba, tell me, if you go to the website, Baba, there's nothing there, only the medical proof. But if you like what you see, you scroll down, you get a free consultation and a free coach the whole time. But let me tell you another thing that's amazing. Baba, this is based on food. Take whatever you spent last month on food. I want everybody to listen to this. 30% of what you spent, that's all you're going to need to spend at the grocery store. You're going to get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits and vegetables, and serving sizes, not calories. Okay, you got it? And the reason that's so important is the other 70% of the money you have left goes to these exotic foods from around the world that come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, that represent huge amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food, which is why this works and why it's a detox. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. All right? Now, did you know, for example, Baba, that tonight, as long as we don't eat too late, once we go to sleep, our body has all but stopped digestion. And when that happens, the body automatically turns on a natural detox mechanism every night called autophagy, when your body's getting rid of the dead cells every night. But it's not powerful enough. Now, do you believe, Baba, we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? Because here's what we know. We're all, including me and you, storing herbicides and pesticides and Scotchgard and Teflon inside of our fat cells. You got it? This protocol was designed to see if we could remove those, have the body do it. There's no product. There's no lotion, potion, pill, nothing. You're buying food, right? Now, the reason this works is really pretty simple. What the researchers did, only 30% of the food you're going to consume on any given day is absolutely from your grocery store. So 5 days a week, you're going to have 4 meals a day. You're going to start with only these foods from around the world, lunch from the grocery store list, dinner from the grocery store list, and a fourth meal. The researchers called the world's most perfect meals from a nutritional standpoint. Why? Because, Baba, these foods contain 400 different nutrients, massive amounts of nutrition in very small amounts of food. 5 days a week, 4 meals. 2 days a week. By the way, this is a registered trademark of a new way of eating with the U.S. Patent Office called protein pacing. You can actually Google it. It's a registered trademark. We're not making up anything. You got it? So now watch what happens. So then 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store, only these exotic foods around the world. But this time, you're going to eat 8 times a day. You're going to eat every hour and a half to 2 hours. The diabetics on this know it had insulin spikes. Nobody. Okay. Secondly, they also found that people weren't hungry because Baba, the only thing you've ever been hungry for in your life is not calories. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's never counted a calorie. It's the dumbest thing we ever come up with as human beings is counting calories to lose weight. So what your body cares about is nutrition. So the researchers, for 48 hours, for 2 days a week, you're going to eat 8 times a day. Now, why is that important? Because they were able to give her really small amounts of food with huge amounts of nutrition, which did what? All but stop digestion, turning on the actual detox mechanism. And how do they know? Because they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, proving this is removing the chemicals from the body. That's why she shrank. And if we look at Kristen here, for example, look at her stomach on day 1 and look at her stomach on day 30. That's with no exercise. And it's the detox. You're going to lose, by the way, Baba, you lose a whole dress size in the first 7 days. How much would that excite you? Did you hear what I said? You're going to lose a whole dress size in 7 days with no exercise. You can exercise if you want to. None of these people were allowed to exercise because they didn't want that to be part of what? They didn't want it to be part of the equation. Otherwise, you'd say, oh, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with diet and exercise. Does that make sense? So again, now let me tell you the other part. When you go to the website, if you like what you see, scroll down, it'll say free consultation. But here's what it also says. Let's back up for a moment. What are you buying? You're buying food. 30% from your grocery store of your total dollar, whatever you spent last month, that's all you need to spend. And the other 70% for these exotic foods. So it'll say on the website, 100% money back guarantee. The 30% you're buying from your grocery store, they're not going to give you a refund unless you negotiate with them. But the other 70%, no questions asked. If this doesn't work for you, they'll give you 100% of your money back guarantee in the first 30 days. You could eat everything in the first 30 days and say, oh, it didn't work, because nothing's 100%. I would never tell you that. But this is damn near 100%. So basically, Baba, you have no risk. You're buying a month's worth of food, and you can see what this could do for you. So tell me, how exciting is that? Or for any of you, how exciting is that? You basically have no risk whatsoever. So who else would like to make a comment or a question? Or if you want to know if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how rapidly you can lose the weight. But again, 70% of what you're going to buy is 100% money back guarantee. I don't know of anything else on social media like that. Do any of you? So Baba, are you excited? Is that just crazy? Good, great, right? So who else would like to ask me a question? Hello. Peter to Earth. Who else would like to ask me a question? Nobody? Somebody? Come on, everybody. I know you're out there. You must be curious about how in the heck did she lose all this weight. It's not a diet, an all-natural detox, and we all need to be detoxing. I don't care who you are. You're kidding yourselves if you're not thinking that you're toxic, because you are. We know it to be true, 100% true. So who else would like to ask me a question? Hello, everybody. Hello. And D, I went over the cost. Okay, I think I've covered most of the questions. Would anybody else like to ask me a question before I end this podcast? Waiting for anybody who wants to ask me a question. I'm still here. Please let me know. Oh, D, the coaches will show you what and how to purchase. Nothing from them. They'll go over all that with you. You don't know. The link only gets you the medical proof, and then you scroll down, and then you get a free coach and a free evaluation. The website, there's nothing to buy on there on purpose. It's only the medical proof, D. Does that make sense? Baba, again, I went over that. You take your total food budget for the month. Take 30%, that's all you're going to spend at your grocery store. leaving you 70% of the money you're not spending at your grocery store to go towards these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. We don't sell you anything. Maybe you're going to spend another $25 a week in total. So take your total food budget last month, maybe another $100 a month. But look at the results, and you need no supplements. Does that make sense, Baba? I miss that. Well, sometimes I either speak too fast or whatever. So again, take 100% of your food budget last month, 30% to the grocery store, 70% for these exotic foods from around the world. Is that clear now? But go to the website, Baba, look at the medical proof, and I promise on my kids' lives, my grandkids, we're not going to contact you. We don't do that. We don't need to do that. So it makes sense? Good. I'm happy. I'm happy. So Michaela DePina, good. And you know where to go, right? You know it's the New Health Conversation. I keep being redundant because if you are not, and some people go to @ the New Health Conversation. The problem with that's my TikTok site. There's 1,200 videos there, but there's no medical proof and there's no way to get a coach. So that's why I'm being overly cautious. The New Health Conversation. And Baba, if you go there, we're not going to contact you. Please, all of you understand. So don't think you're going there and you're going to get a phone call from us. You have to initiate that. We did that on purpose because we wanted people to feel comfortable that we weren't there to harass them. Does that make sense, everybody? So again, who else would like to ask me a question? Anybody? Of the new people that are on here or scrolling by or not? All right, everybody, I'm going to end this podcast then now. I wish all of you a good evening, afternoon. No, don't go to @ the New Health Conversation, D. That's my point. Just go here to the New Health Conversation. Do you see that? The New Health Conversation. Don't go to @ because that will not get you. This is the site you need to go to right below your name. Does everybody see that? The New Health Conversation? Not @ the New Health Conversation, because that's my TikTok site. Okay, everybody? Am I making sense? No, thank you, D. I welcome you all to go there. Wow. I'm really impressed. We had 31,000 likes. Holy smokes. That's phenomenal. Fantastic. Unbelievable. Really great. So I noticed a couple people just came on. Would you like me to explain this one last time before I close it out, or you all can go to the website for free. You see it at the top there in red, the New Health Conversation, and pretty much everything is laid out. Everything is there for you to see. Are you good with that, everybody? All right, I'm going to say good night, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it might be. I wish you all nothing but the best. And I will be back on air tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do 4 to 5 of these podcast shows a day. We try and reach as many people as we can. Okay, everybody, have a great evening, afternoon. Say goodbye, everybody.